was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. My name is Wes. This guy is David. And there's no Matt Harmon today because he drank all my bourbon, so he's not coming back for a while.
We have a new strict policy for the couch in the background. It's BYOB. Bring your own bourbon.
Exactly.
Bring your own bourbon. Come join us. But bring your own bourbon.
Look, at least bring some to share. At least bring some to share. So that's the rule.
Yeah,
Anybody's welcome as long as you bring me some booze. Okay. David, how you been?
That's how it works. I'm still trying to go through and do all this stuff. All right, I'm done. We'll call it. Those are the invitations. Those are out. We're done. I'm doing good. So today was a kind of a work from home day.
Mm-hmm.
Did some updates. Got some continuing education that I absolutely disagreed with every step of the way.
David, are you getting your master's? You're going to be an MBA. David's getting an MBA.
I am absolutely not going to be an MBA. I'll be a doctor before I'm an MBA. I'll skip it. They're like, sir, you qualify for a master's. I don't want that.
Just skip that one.
I have no degree. What do you mean? I'm a uneducated fool.
I mean, that's what we call you.
But it also
nice.
Got to bring. I'm sticking with it. I got my Blantons just from last week. I got my Blantons here and my Weller ready to go. Although, check this out. I think I told you about it earlier, but I found this at the store the other day, and I was going to drink it for the show itself, just that be my drink.
Okay.
But I think it might be too much for me,
oh.
And too much in the sweet. In the sweetness.
Oh, I thought you meant a booze that's too strong even for you.
Yeah. No, that doesn't exist. But there's Yingling has a Hershey's chocolate porter.
I saw that,
and I'm really interested in getting into this, but I think I want to start with the bourbon first.
Right.
And you know what? No, I got the glass right here. I brought all my proper drinkware tonight. I've got my big ass glass for water,
of course,
and a regular sized person's beer. I got my small glass for my chocolate porter here, and I've got my. I'm gonna go dessert first, and I'll have the whiskey glass with the.
There you go. And a calendar says that chocolate porter is tasty. I'm imagining Guinness is what I'm imagining.
I'm wondering here. So I've got my line of trade bottle opener that we're gonna crack this sucker open.
See, when we start our agency, David, I think we need metal business cards with a bottle opener on them. See, tell me that's not awesome.
My name's David, and I approve of this message.
Exactly. Look, I still keep this specifically because I think of the missed opportunity.
Oh yeah. You told me, yeah.
The man crate, little crowbar. It just needs a little notch right here for a bottle opener. That's it. If this thing had a bottle opener, dude, I would keep this in my bar all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so here we go. We're pouring it in. I want to treat it more like a Guinness on the pour.
There you go.
Ooh, you hear that?
And a calendar. What did you think of the chocolate porter? Is it a Guinness basically?
It doesn't smell like a Guinness.
Does it smell chocolatey?
No, it doesn't really have a lot there. It's got crazy enough. It's almost got a fresher smell to it. So. While I'm sitting here waiting for this to go down so I can finish pouring the beer, what do you got over there? What are you drinking tonight?
So I had a few Oktoberfest sitting around. So I'm starting with the Weinstoffen. This German fellow right here. Nice, delicious, delicious fest beer. So good stuff.
Well, when you find yourself having some fest beer and Oktoberfest beer laying around, that's a good shape to be in.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Now, last time I was over in Columbus, I bought some actual fest beer crowlers, and I drank one.
I'm imagining they didn't make it home.
I don't. Well, I didn't drink and drive. It's a 7-hour drive back over here.
I drank one, and I don't know what happened to the other 12.
Yeah, I was going to say. Honestly, I don't know. I must have drank them because they're not here.
That's the sign of either a really good or a really bad night, David.
It was probably a really good night. No, most likely I gave them to somebody at a cigar lounge, or gave one to Cigar Lounge, and then drank one just here on the show or something, and wasn't thinking about it being the last one.
You do that.
But I was going through the house the other day, like, hey. I think I should have one more of these, but it's gone.
And it's gone.
All right, yeah. All right,
give it a taste.
Go with this right here.
How is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Chocolate.
Holy moly! No, it's like the perfect touch of chocolate.
Ah, okay. Is it Guinnessy?
It's not chocolate. No, it's not Guinnessy at all. Not Guinnessy at all. Man, that's good. But I was right.
Yeah, a little sweet.
That is not a let's sit and drink my normal consumption of beer in that beer. And I was wrong. I should have finished with this and not started with it, because it literally is I'm having dessert first right now.
It's not a casual drinking 6 of them in a row.
No. If you are having a cookout somewhere and you get a chance to get this, this is your dessert right here.
Nice.
It is really good though.
That is good to know.
Is good.
That is good to know. Keep that in mind.
That is some tasty eatums right there.
Nice.
Okay. Yep. That chocolate porter is tasty. I see the comment over here now. Catch him back up. Catch him back up. We're all on the same page.
We're getting there.
All on the same page.
So, David.
Okay. So, what's next?
Do you have any news items for the day?
Well,
I know you're a little hesitant to talk about this one, so feel free.
Well, it's back to Disney.
Of course it is. Of course it
is. And this goes to show you what happens when you put somebody in leadership who is disconnected from their core customer.
Well, tell us what you're talking about.
Well, Bob Paycheck, in his constant lookout to try to gain more money, they're being sued now. So just a couple days ago, the story was different. It was Disney increases security due to protests, and those protests were basically a prelude to the lawsuits that they're heading their way. Basically, the people who bought and paid for annual pass holders with no blackout dates and things of that nature are being, de facto blacked out with the parks reservation system.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a nightmare. Anybody who has to deal with it, Disney is just falling over the cliff in customer service right now.
Okay.
Customer satisfaction's pretty soon them and the Senate are going to be going neck and neck for approval ratings. So, that's how bad Disney is doing. Now, we all know government never gets great approval ratings. So I'm just using something that's perennially bad. The cable television it has historically been the number one worst. And, they usually alternate between cable TV and airlines. Those are number one and number two. They're transposable in most cases as who has the worst.
Well, in a nutshell, tell us what's happening with Disney.
Well, what's happening is they're getting sued now. And that's
the headline is Disney World uses the pandemic. I'm not going to say the word restrictions to cheat platinum pass holders. Says lawsuit. So tell us what this means. In a nutshell, what's going on?
Well, in a nutshell, is they're using that pass holder or the parks reservation system to black out the pass holders from coming in. The pass holders who paid the money to go there, they're using that park reservation system to prevent them from being able to sign up for a day to go to a park. So in Disney now, if you don't know this, when you buy a ticket to a park, you don't actually get into a park. You've got to buy the ticket to a park, and then you have to make sure there's availability on that day and make a park reservation. If you happen to have the park holder, the park hopper, you can park hop after, but you still have to make the reservations and plans for all of the parks.
So what's your theory? Why would they be doing this?
Well, I mean, there's this guy over there named Bob, Robert D. Paycheck, I guess his name is. And he came out and flat said that they are allowing too many of these super fans into the parks because basically those people come in, they spend a couple hours there, they maybe stop at Casey's Corner, grab a hot dog, and they're gone. They don't need to go through the full experience of Disney. So what does that mean they're not doing? That means they're not spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. So the family of coming in from Nebraska who goes once every 10 years or their only trip there. So what they do is they go in and they book all of it. They have top end hotels, or even the bottom end hotels are pretty pricey.
Sure.
Now. Excuse me. And then all the dining. Now, when you step foot into Disney World dining, it's a whole new world over there. A whole new world. That's just funny for Disney fans.
Well, be our guest. So, it's a whole new world.
Well, I mean, Be Our Guest is actually one of the restaurants I actually like there. There's actually one called Be Our Guest. But the food that you get at Be Our Guest, and now you know this, and a lot of other people who know me know this, I eat at a lot of really, really nice places.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I get those bills. And I'm like, all right, I had a great meal, good environment, everything's good. Whiskey was nice. Got no problem with it. But a check that should be in Disney, that you were outside of Disney, that check is going to be $100, $110, $130.
Right.
That check is $300, $350, maybe $400 now.
Easily.
And then they expect you to tip based on that inflated price. Mm-hmm. So it's wildly inflated prices. So they want those people coming in and doing that, not the guy grabbing the $5, $10 to whatever dollar it is hot dog at Casey's Corner over there. That's not what they want.
So basically, they make more money. off of the one-off tourist family who comes in versus the Platinum Pass holders.
Yes.
So, but since you have to reserve your availability to actually make it into the park, they want those heads to go to people who are going to spend more money, which are not the Platinum Pass holders. So then, what's the point in buying a Platinum Pass if they're going to cut you out?
That's what I was saying. I was like, I'm not even sure it's available. I mean, it did go away during the Global Plague Sniffles of Death. And then when it got brought back, I actually bought one for the wife.
Right.
And, I was like, here, you can go, whatever you do, you can do it. Just don't make me go with you. That was the only rule I had. Just please don't make me go. So as you can see, I do spend a lot time there, and I don't go looking for these stories just so the people out there, I talk about Disney quite a bit on here, especially with Bob Paycheck taking over and just ruining the company.
Dude.
But I don't go looking for these stories. They are literally the internet knows me, and they're like, nope, that guy wants to know about this.
They have your data.
Send them over to me.
They have your data.
Yeah, they've got it. They know that I'm a person that's going to read that story and engage with it, and they get to make some money off the stuff around the edge of the screen for impressions because I'm not clicking it.
So we've actually talked about 1,000 true fans or super fans or
brand ambassadors was what we were.
Brand ambassadors, right? Those are the Platinum Pass holders. Those are people you actually want to keep happy. Yeah, they're going to spend less money, but they're going to spread your message far and wide. They're your brand ambassadors. So
exactly,
is there an incentive? What's the incentive to screw them over? A short-term gain.
It is exactly that. It is somebody looking not very far past the end of their. Well, I was going to say nose, but we're going to go to the end of their pocketbook.
Right.
That's what they're looking at, and and they're looking at very narrow there. And if you alienate your core, you're done.
Right.
You are done. Now, can you recover? Absolutely. There's ways there. There have been people who've done that. Actually, might not be a bad set of a show for us to find some companies who have alienated a core, completely changed path, changed directions, but survived. And then we'll show you the hundreds and thousands of them that did that and did not make it.
Look, Bob Paycheck.
I think we'll struggle.
We know you watch
10.
the show. Come on the show. Yeah. We'll walk you through it.
You know what? I send it to him right now. I'll send it to him right now. I send it every week to Paris Hilton. Maybe she'll send it over to him.
Well, it's true. Plus, our alien overlord, Zark Muckerberg, does have all of your data, so you will receive all of the Disney updates very soon.
Yes.
But man, that's crazy stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, to me, I just don't understand why you would would alienate your core so badly, and they have treated.
Well, they do that with all of their franchises. Look what they did with Star Wars, and then Marvel is heading down the same path. Like they alienate their core audience, and then they basically denigrate them and call them names if their audience doesn't go along with whatever their plans are.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure of the long-term strategy here.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know that I want to use the word strategy with this guy. I really don't. I don't think it's a strategy.
Right. Well, he has a parks
have to deal with this
too.
And he was the guy who came. He was president of the park, and he was Bob Iger's kind of right-hand guy. And
right, Bob Iger was the business.
Who was the guy that was in there before Bob Iger? Because there's literally merch going around, and Michael
Eisner.
So Michael Eisner, there's literally merch going around right now that says "Bring back Michael Eisner."
Ooh, that's bad. That's bad.
If the Disney beloved are screaming to get Michael Eisner. Now, Michael Eisner had a wonderful run at Disney, and he stayed there too long. That's what happened to him.
That would actually be a good T-shirt. Just a picture of Michael Eisner that says "Miss Me Yet."
Just buy a billboard right outside of Disney property. Put it there,
dude.
There's a lot.
I'll bet if you put together a fundraiser for that, you could totally make the money.
We probably could. I'll tell you. I believe that to put this into business speak, there's room for improvement. There's definitely room for improvement.
Well, yeah, and there always will be, especially with something like Disney, who is essentially run by a board who's only interested in short-term gains.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, I mean it's a publicly traded company, so they're.
Right, but the board runs
is
the company essentially.
Yeah, it's a publicly traded company. The board runs the company, but the responsibility is to the shareholders first, and that's when once you're a publicly traded company, that's how it works.
Right. Well, that brings us to our next story, which is Twitter. So the board. I don't know anything about this. The board actually had. So the board of Twitter actually had to agree to sell their publicly traded company. Because the $44 billion price tag that Elon Musk was willing to pay was more than the company would ever see again in the future. So they had a fiduciary obligation to sell the company, right? And now it's going to happen. The sale is pending. Elon Musk is actually going to buy Twitter, and the rumor is one of the rumors is that he's going to fire up to 75% of all Twitter employees.
I did read that.
Holy
moly.
That. Now, look, the company might be a little bloated for what it is. I get it.
That's exactly what I was saying. That if he says 75%, he probably won't get to 75%. But
I don't think he even said that. I'm not sure where that number came from. I'm not sure he said that. I think that's just an estimation based on
I gotta see if I can
people, his halo of people. Because, anybody with that much money has a halo of people. It's, it just happens. So there's an interesting article here. From People, where Elon Musk actually made a tweet. He made a tweet where he says, so this is just proving Elon Musk is not above dad jokes. Elon Musk sends a video of himself with the caption, let's see, entering Twitter HQ, let that sink in. Now think about that. Let that sink in. I'm going to play this video for you.
Okay. All right, this is on Twitter's.
He's literally walking into Twitter HQ with a sink. Bum. Let that sink in. He did it.
Well, it's broke.
It's pretty fun. It should have been a kitchen sink. It should have been a kitchen sink. So that way, when he actually takes over the company, he literally throws the sink out the window.
Yeah.
That would have made the joke even better.
Yeah. Come on, Elon. Let us write your jokes from now on, man.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Look, Elon Musk is not known for his humor. But
I think you guys hilarious, but
I do, but it's very dry. It's very dry.
Yes. Well, I mean, he's from South Africa, which was basically controlled by the Brits for ever.
Are you trying to say South Africans don't have a sense of humor?
I'm just saying that they've got a drier sense of humor than the Brits.
I've seen The Daily Show over the last few years, and what's his face was hilarious before he got fired. All right, so on that sad note, moving on to the next story about Meta. So pretty good. You finished it.
Yeah, it's good. It had to go away. It had to go. I am not going to be opening. I got another bottle sitting right there. I am not opening that bottle.
Nah, go with bourbon next.
It's a one and done. It's a one and done beer.
There you go.
Like,
it sounds
there's
good,
another one that's
I
like
pick
that. I think Anna was one of the people that liked that beer too. It's called Sweet Baby Jesus, I think is the name of it.
Yeah,
it's a peanut butter.
Yep, I've had that.
Stout. Oh, hey there,
Catherine. How you doing, sweetie?
Good.
Hey, show us your new boots.
Wow, it got cold in Ohio quick.
Her boots have walruses on them.
Yeah,
walruses.
Hey, come on, Lockie.
Well, is it walruses? Because she's got 2 feet, so it's walruses or walrus?
Walrus. What's the plural of walrus? Is it walrus? What's wrong, Lockie? You feel a little down?
I don't want to do it right now.
Oh, you don't have to, buddy.
Okay.
You just what?
I just want to stay up.
Okay, well, I don't make the rules. I mean, I do, but oh, thank you. My kids like my church warden wizard pipe.
Okay, yeah.
Why is it so long?
Because this is how wizards smoke.
Oh.
See, like this.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins.
It's true.
All right, so it's walruses.
Walruses.
All right, we're good. We got it.
All right,
we're clear.
So, do you guys have anything to add to say to David?
No.
No. Okay. Well,
I love how he leaned in real close. It was like, no.
No, I don't. I don't have anything to add. Thank you.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, guys. All right, it's time to go. Yep.
Oh.
Cool one, huh, Catherine?
Bye.
All right, kiddos, you can have cereal for dinner tomorrow.
They probably will.
Actually, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
At least Catherine will. She's on a cereal kick lately.
Okay. So let's see. We're through Twitter.
So I do actually have another piece of news.
Oh,
here.
yeah. 3 pieces of news tonight. Wow.
It's a lot of news going on. A lot of stuff. And this isn't even political. Think about the political stuff.
That's what I'm saying. The fact that we were able to pull 4 total pieces of news that weren't political is yeah.
Exactly.
Kind of proud of myself over here.
So this is from LinkedIn News. So Meta misses its latest misses latest tech downer. So basically what it's saying is Facebook missed its net income. Its net income plummeted by 50%.
Its earnings are down. Okay.
By 50% year over year. So that's real bad. So it missed its year over year, and it goes on to say, let's see, Microsoft parent company is the parent company of LinkedIn, and saw its stock drop by 7% on Wednesday. Google, parent Alphabet, saw the stock drop by 9% on Wednesday. Let's see. The tech-focused NASDAQ stock index is down nearly 30% this year alone. So all these social media companies are dropping. Tech is dropping, and I don't think it's related just to just the economy. Probably not just that. I don't think it's related just to just the economy, because here is another story that kind of relates. Jumping around here, here's another article that I found, which is it's from Business Insider. I was a screenager. Oh, God help me. I was a screenager addicted to my smartphone.
I'm so glad you read that, not me.
So my friends and I ditched them and founded the Luddite Club. So here's a trend that's happening with a lot of young people. They're actually ditching technology. Flip phones are actually starting to make a comeback. A lot of people are dropping social media and a large portion of the internet as a whole. I obviously will never go away altogether, but this is actually a trend happening with young people. And I think this relates directly back to what we're seeing with Facebook and Google and LinkedIn. There's just this trend of young people beginning to understand what old people have been saying all along, which is social media is rotting your brain, and people are beginning to see it of all age ranges.
Yeah,
David, you yourself have been talking about doing less on social media.
Yes, and I kind of almost given up. I tried to delete my Facebook account. I tried to delete my personal Facebook account. To be honest, with the exception of if I could go back to what it was originally, I love watching people go on vacations. I just go with them. Man, the more you post, the more I enjoy it. I love watching all that stuff. I want to know where you had a good dinner and all these things. If I could just stick to that, I would be a happiest clam. But I can't. I spend all my time weeding through useless advertisements, videos, and things that are literally aimed to try to divide me from other people.
Right, and that's it. And
I'm done with
all the political stuff going on.
Oh, and they try to turn every single thing they can into a political issue.
Right. Social media has itself become so divisive. It's not a place where people come to share ideas anymore. Almost all of social media is now a place to come and be a part of your echo chamber and become more divided. And I think a lot of people are beginning to recognize that, which is reflected in these tech stocks dropping. Yeah. Like rocks.
So I'm looking at this, and you had some people here at Barron's. They're saying don't panic. $35 billion rout. So basically, $35 billion of money just gone just in social media stock. It's crazy. It's going on 40%. I mean, just story after story after story. And I'm not going to go into them because, to be honest, I don't care. Let's start with problem number one. I don't care if the social media stock goes down. And me, West actually is quite a big fan of LinkedIn. I hate LinkedIn. I mean, I can't stand it. It drives me bonkers. Mainly because back when I managed people, I got headhunters all the time after me. And that seemed to be about all that went through there. I very little peer-to-peer working, actual peer-to-peer networking. I mean, there was a little bit of stuff. Oh, congratulations, you've been there for 5 years, and well, now I got a headhunter after me because I got an anniversary that came up and it popped up on this thing. And now he's like, hey, you can make more money, for 35 cents. And my problem was, if they're doing it to me, they're doing it to my employees.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's the main reason you said you hate LinkedIn. Yeah.
So now. I can't tell my employees they can't have LinkedIn and can't do that.
Right.
So now I have to plan that there literally is somebody trying to lure them away every single day for a nickel.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Luckily, the company I worked for was, we treated people very well, not just monetarily. There were a lot of other benefits that went with working, working there. There were some downsides to it as well. I mean, everybody does.
Well, every company has downsides.
But there were a lot of benefits. So even they got to work with me. So I mean,
there you go.
Nobody else had that.
But Anna Callender says, I agree with you there. The advertisements and extra crap on social media is excessive. I miss just being able to connect with friends, and it's totally true. And that's why people originally went on social media, was to connect with friends and just have that forum, that place to meet and connect and share photos and videos and memes of cats doing stupid stuff. But now it's all. You can't go on any social media platform without being bombarded with one, advertisements, and I'm in digital marketing, so I know this firsthand, and two, political messages.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I don't go on Facebook for personal stuff anymore. Look, I go on there for this, and I'm on Facebook I do a lot of business on Facebook because, again, I'm in marketing. But my personal page, I don't remember the last time I posted anything personal on Facebook. I have no idea.
Yeah. I know I send you messages on there from time to time, but that's about it.
I ignore yours. I mean, but you know that already.
I know where I fit in people's lives, man. Yeah. There's a totem pole. I'm that concrete slab at the bottom that supports. That's it.
Look, don't take it personally. Look, here's the hierarchy.
It's just personal.
Here's the hierarchy. Okay. My family. So my wife and kids, my pets. Maybe beer and bourbon. And then there's you. And then there's you. I mean, you're well above other stuff. You're above. I don't know, fast food. You're above. You're above Netflix.
I'm beating that.
You're beating Netflix.
But just barely.
You're neck and neck.
We're neck and neck right now. And then in January, when they switch to the no password sharing, then I'll take the advantage.
It's true. So we actually do have a main topic today, and it's kind of a fun one. So
yeah, I can't wait to get into this. Now, again, this is our standard platform. This is our standard way of doing things here. Wes goes out and does all of this work and keeps it all from me, so I get to see all of this stuff for the first time. So that my reactions, not that everybody wants to see what my reaction is, but I have no idea what to expect. So we're going to be reviewing, what is it, some job postings you found.
Some of the worst job postings and interactions with bosses, things like that. Some of the worst that I could possibly find. So David, we all have nightmare stories about a past job. Are there any that you can share with us?
No.
None that you can share. I'm sure you have some.
Absolutely none. There's absolutely nothing that I can share. There are non-disclosure agreements involved here. No. There's. I mean, there are some things, you know, that everybody faces that wouldn't be very entertaining, but the stuff that is entertaining, I'm not going to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I have some. I have some that are bat crap crazy, and I have some that are legitimately like make my blood boil just thinking about. I'll tell you one though. I won't tell you what company I was with. I was at an agency, and we were at the quarterly meeting with the CEO of this company. It was his dad's company that he eventually took over the company, and that's fine. But this guy's been living in a bubble for a long time, and he's given the presentation of this meeting, and the room where we're all sitting in is kind of at their headquarters, and they have like warehouses attached and stuff like that. So he's giving a speech, he's doing his thing, and a mouse starts to run through the room, and it's going kind of scurrying there behind him. He sees it out of the corner of his eye, walks over, stomps on the mouse, and without missing a beat, he keeps talking as if nothing happened. And literally everybody in the room's like, oh. Like nobody knew what to do or say. We're like, okay, that just happened.
I mean, the fact that he was able to step on him, that's
the man has reflexes. The man has reflexes. I'll give you that. Yeah. But he was also the kind of guy, again, it was a fair company. It was fine. He was also the kind of guy who said he's been living in this bubble for a long time. So here are two things that kind of tell you about this guy's kind of personality type. He often would brag about the fact that he's never had to apply for a job or have a resume because he's just been that good at what he does. Keep in mind, he's the CEO of his dad's company, of the company his dad founded. So but he's never had to have a resume or apply for a job because he's that good at what he does. In addition, his catchphrase whenever anybody had any complaints about the company whatsoever.
Did he do this? Did he do the finger guns? You've got a catchphrase. You got to do the finger guns, right?
Well, his thing. Well, it wasn't really a good catchphrase. Not really what you should do.
Right.
His thing. If any complaint about the company at all, you don't like it, go flip burgers. Okay, that's fine.
That sounds like something you could do. You could do finger. You don't like it, go flip burgers.
There you see. It would have been more funny if he did the finger guns. I get it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
doesn't make what he said any less stupid. But yeah, whatever.
But I have others that I won't share. But let's go ahead and get started. So here's one that I found that's pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna try and zoom in here a little bit. Let's see. It starts off by saying, after speaking with the recruiter, he let me know that he was the hiring manager is interested. Except I don't think he meant to attach the other email to the message. So it says, let's see. Andrew, great news. The hiring manager is very impressed by your resume and would love to speak with you. However, it was attached to a previous email between the two that said, I'm talking to this nerd tomorrow, graduates this month, and has some good experience.
I mean, if the subject matter in question is a nerd, then I suppose it's accurate.
I wouldn't be offended by that, but yeah. But it's kind of funny. It's a good one.
There's a certain level of professionalism that you expect. You come to this show, you don't expect professionalism.
Right.
This is how it works. But in our day-to-day lives, we both have a tier to meet, and there's a certain level of professionalism once you're. And if I'm going to work for somebody now, I don't know, was it the headhunter saying that he's going to meet with this nerd, or the
hiring? I think it was the hiring manager.
So the hiring managers, if it's the headhunter, we all know headhunters are just they're only second to used car salesman, right?
I'm talking to this nerd tomorrow.
I'm going to talk to this nerd tomorrow. He slicks back his hair and he has a cigar.
Nerd. It's just nerd. Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. Like as an adult.
Nerd. As an adult. I don't think that guy was ever an adult.
Even though he was like, but he was like 40 when they shot the movie, so it's fine. All right, so here's one. This is a motivational poster put up by a boss, and this is just once. I wish my employees would say, and there's some things on here, so we'll go through what he wishes his employees would say. Let's see.
I don't mind working late.
The customer just called. The job was perfect. We are way ahead of schedule. Let's see. Let's find some good ones here. Of course, I don't mind working late. Of course, a boss wishes their employee would say that more often. You're right. I was wrong. Because all bosses wish people would say that. I'm coming in early tomorrow. Profits are up, costs are down. I really don't need a raise. My review alone was more than enough. This whole board is covered in these.
It's what it is. It's 9% inflation out there right now. A 2% raise is all you need.
I don't need a raise.
We love this place.
Can
we say it? We actually do say that. We love this place.
Can we make,
unless your sarcasm detector is broken,
right?
You're not going to be happy about us saying, "Man, we love this place."
Yeah. Can we make Fridays dress-up days? Look, here's my advice to all executives in the world: no employee below your level likes dress-up days. They don't. No. They pretend to. Nobody genuinely likes them. So I genuinely, I just love your meetings. Just love it.
I sat through meetings. There was one meeting today. I was ready to pull my hair out. That's when I was like, it's not too early to start drinking, right? It's a little nip, this little something take the edge off of the stupidity that's happening right now. And then another one later was just.
I have no comment.
It was a little more fun, so I actually did take a nip.
So one was sort of.
One was bad enough to drive.
One was bad enough to drink, and the other one was good enough to drink. So there's.
Yeah, the other one was good
it's
enough.
two
So today it was a net neutral.
There you go. Exactly.
Well, no, because I had to do continuing education stuff today, and I've told you guys about this. I've told you especially about this. The idea of what the sales training stuff that they have us do just blows my mind. Like, oh my God, get whoever you want using their methods, and you put them up against me, and I'm going to crush them.
Mm-hmm.
Because 30 seconds into conversation, the customer that we're supposed to be connecting with is already pissed off and ready to throw that other guy out of the room.
Right.
And I was like, boss, you want me to carry me? Boss, you want me to make dead? That's it. I'm on your side, bro. We'll get this guy out of here.
Hilarious.
Look at him over there with his cuffed jeans or cuffed slacks.
We decided to work the weekend to get ahead. Look, so here's my advice to all bosses or managers of people everywhere. This right here, this poster, is why your employees will never be honest with you about how they really feel.
Yeah.
Because they know that you want to hear this kind of stuff.
This kind of bullshit.
Nobody actually thinks this.
Nobody does. And I'm gonna tell you this. Actually, this sign is only for one type of employee. A salaried employee. An hourly employee, their manager doesn't want any of this stuff about coming in early, staying late, working weekends. They don't want that because they don't have to pay the overtime. Budget. That's their bottom line. They're not going to pay that overtime. They're going to do it.
Good point.
Is a salary employee. That's what they're talking about here.
Good point. So moving on. Let's see. The boss who puts ridiculous demands on a job listing. Let's read what it says. Let's see. In search of a dependable adult female to work at blank. Requirements. Have reliable transportation, good hygiene, drug-free, okay, all good stuff, positive attitude. We don't want to hear about your bad days. That's all right. Okay, I guess. Must be able to lift 50 pounds. The job is very physical and fast-paced. No cell phones, no breaks, no sick days. You will be picking up poop. Okay, cleaning kennels. You might get bit.
You might get
bit. You will be doing laundry.
A dog kennel or a teenage home.
Right. Exactly.
One of the two.
Hours are from 7:30 until done, Monday through Friday. Possibly a couple hours on the weekend. So red flags all over the place in here. Aside from
hours
being
are non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. Pay depends on experience. All right. Owning a dog does not mean you have experience.
Okay. So I got to break this down. All right. I got to break this down. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, we're going to work our way backwards here.
And these there are a lot worse that I have, by the way. So this is actually pretty tame.
Okay, so this is really, this is good. Okay, so serious inquiries only. That that reeks of desperation. It means that you absolutely cannot fill this position.
Yeah.
Serious inquiries only. People who are actually looking for employees, you know what? Sometimes you get a ringer, and sometimes you get a resume. If you don't work for the CEO's son, right?
Right.
Or if you're not the CEO's son. So the people who have a resume and had to apply for a job and do an interview. So trial basis first. What do you mean? You want me to come in and work for free? How does this? Is it a lower pay? So we're not very clear on here. Owning a dog does not mean you have experience. How much experience do you need shucking shit?
Right.
I mean, this to me,
true.
if this
exactly.
certain people would require you to have a college education for this. Like, oh, you got to be a college degree. Why?
Right.
Because they want you in debt so that you can't leave this job.
Doing laundry, cleaning up poop.
Yes.
And possibly being bit.
Possibly being bit.
How much experience do you really need aside from owning a dog?
Yeah.
Like that should be like
how much experience do you need apart from being? I was going to say human, but I guarantee we could train monkeys to do this. I guarantee you we could train monkeys.
You could probably mod a Roomba to do half of this stuff.
Modified Roomba. This is how robots take over the planet, man. This is how you modify.
I keep telling you, it's going to be Roombas.
Roombas.
It's going to be Roombas with Terminator heads on them. So, all right. So,
I'm going to go buy a Roomba now, put a Terminator head on it, and send it to you. Put it on your porch.
Exactly. Put like a laser scanner on it.
Yeah.
So the boss is begging for a front desk clerk, but also kind of a gatekeeping job. So there's some interesting points in here that we should get to.
Minimum of 3 years.
Yep.
Any less will be automatically turned away.
All in caps, by the way.
This is a job application for professional business. I'm assuming.
We do call references.
Correct.
Yep, we do.
Your grammar.
Right. We do call references. We do background checks. This is part-time only. The maximum of 40 hours. Okay, part-time with maximum 40 hours. All right, whatever. Weekends required to work. Holidays required to work. Pay starts at $7.25. You will be on a 90-day probation, paid every 2 weeks.
Wait.
What? Oh, it gets better.
What year was this?
I do not know. It must have been a while ago because minimum wage isn't $7.25 anymore.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like $7.25, man. That's all right. Yeah, go ahead.
You can stop by the Motel 6 on Veterans Parkway Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Should you come before these listed hours or after, we will gladly turn you away. It shows that you can't follow simple instructions. So do not show up before 10 a.m. Do not call the hotel and ask a million questions. My staff has been told to deny your requests, deny your questions and your application, all because you can't follow simple instructions. We are very strict, obviously. Any playtime you have needs to be dealt with before you come into the doors of my business. If you register in the system as a previous guest of our facility, the Motel 6, I'm assuming, your application will be denied. So they don't want people who actually stay in Motel 6s. If you had a previous family that has worked at our facility, your application will be denied. Please follow these simple instructions and do not message me for any details or questions. I will take down your information and deny your application before it settles on my desk. Thank you, and have a blessed new year.
This guy needs beat with a crowbar.
What is wrong with these people?
There's
red flags all over the place. Who's going to actually apply for this?
Yeah, I honestly want to. If there was contact information, I would already be creating a new email address and emailing this SOB and just making his life hell.
I hope this made it onto like Reddit or something, and he got a million emails. I hope.
Okay, hold on a second. I think we could track this down. Muscogee County. Okay, so we're in Georgia.
Muskogee County. The Motel 6 Muskogee County.
Motel.
There can't be more than one Motel 6 in Muskogee County.
Yeah, it can't. Oh, there's a downtown. Oh, that's in Columbus. All right, let's go back out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We go to the map. What's going on here? Oh, it's just sort of the way the screens are laid out. Let me grab you and sling you over here real quick. Okay. So it's Columbus, Georgia area. That's what we're dealing with. Okay, right on the thing here. So I'm going to guess it's this guy because it's not a down. Off of, it says something about a route, right? It does. It's a Veterans Parkway.
It does.
The Veterans Parkway. So we're going to zoom in here. Let's see if we can find him here. That's Clay. What's this called? Oh, right there. Martha Berry Highway. So that might be it as well. Might be a dual name. So that's the one I'm going to think about. So yeah, I think I found it.
We should email the guy.
I might screw with this person. I might do it because he deserves it. They deserve it. He, she, I don't care.
John Calder says, "Sign me up. I'm going to hell anyway."
This is going to be fun.
And Anna Calendar says, "Who would apply for that job? People who like punishment, I'm sure." To which her husband said, "Dominatrix." Good one, John.
I believe you guys deserve some dead air for that comment.
I will drink to. I was going to say I'm going to drink that dominatrix, but I should probably rephrase that.
No, I'll say you stick with it.
All right.
Say you hold to your guns or whips or something. I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. All right. So the next one, and this is an interesting one. Let's see. This boss who didn't pay their employees for several months and then begged them to help with a new assignment. So I'm guessing this is overseas, based on the amount that's owed, and it looks like it's being communicated through WhatsApp. And they do that overseas. They don't text or call. They use WhatsApp. I don't know. Let's see. How much month you're pending? So good grammar to begin with. 1 more month's salary. My last date is October 11th. My admission, so they're going to university, is October 15th. No, I asked how much I owe you. 21K. So 21,000 of whatever units of measurement they use for payment over there. Last month I'm supposed to get 18, but you only gave me 15. Okay. You will get, man. All right. Help me get out of this situation. I'll start new protocol, but it is very hard because raw data is difficult to process, which it actually is. I can't do it quickly. Please, man, you can use blank also. Tatway, he can learn also. I can give him some guidance because he's a beginner in Golang. All right, so it is overseas. So basically, this guy's not paying his employees, coders, it sounds like, and he's asking for help anyway. Look, if your employer hasn't paid you in a month, they're not going to pay you next month. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I've actually left a job that I wasn't getting, I wasn't getting paid.
Yeah.
And it only took about a month and a half for me, and I'm like, I'm out. And then when they finally paid,
they always promise.
I just stopped showing up to work.
Yeah, they always promise.
Where are you at?
I'll show up and you pay me. What are you talking about?
I'm guessing I got fired because you guys haven't paid me.
Right.
So, they argue with me. They try to get all stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I just send me you owe me this much money. Send it to me. And I got a check that had so much stuff taken out of it. And they're like, well, we don't cover your insurance when you quit. And they gave me like literally pennies, less than 10 cents on the dollar.
Right.
And the guy, I called him on it, and this guy is on the phone with me. And he's we'll just not say anything about that, but he's on the phone with me, just tell me, you're never going to work in this city again. Now, this is Columbus, Ohio. And this little punk ass kid, not even kid,
you'll never work in this town again.
Guy, telling me that I'm never going to work in this town again. And you are struggling to pay your employees. I don't think your weight has you have an inflated amount of self-worth. And that's as simple as that. I got no time for you. And he actually bumped into me out on a job one time, and I was making them sign off on paperwork because they were doing a part of it, and I refused to sign it. I'm like, this is their part of their project. I can't sign it. And he's like, no, you have to sign it. I'm like, dude, I know you think you're somebody, but I'm not supposed to have a job in this town anymore. But yet here I am telling you that you have to sign off on this. And if you want to go down to the state of Ohio and deal with it, you deal with it. I'm walking away. I got in my car and left. Never looked back at that job. Didn't give a crap.
Hilarious.
It's like gone. I'd already made tons and tons and tons of money on the project. He just had a little, $30 a month part of it. So go away.
Right. Don't
and
treat
then
people like
his
crap.
business went out of business. Then he went out of business like 6 months later.
Right. Don't treat people like crap because what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Like, be a decent human being.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't be douche.
The boss who prefers that their assistant have an MBA, but only pay $12.50 an hour. So go ahead. So this actually gets better. It's more than just the MBA. Get this. Okay. Let's see. I need an everything.
Read through it. Yeah. Give us the highlight. Give us clip notes of it.
Okay. I need an everything person part-time. Help with, housework, driving, emails, watering plants, walking dogs, yada, yada, yada. MBA preferred, LOL. I am OCD, total perfectionist, and a member of Mensa. But people love me. Candidate will have access to my experience as a 30-year plus real estate broker. So it's a realtor who is a Mensa member. First of all, if you see a job posting and the boss brags that they're in Mensa member, red flag.
Yeah, let me go sign up. Hold on a second. I'm going to go sign up for Mensa.
Yeah, my Labrador Retriever could be a Mensa member.
Mensa sign up. Here we go. I can join Mensa right here.
There you go.
Literally, I can take the admission. You know what? That would actually be hilarious. I could literally, it's $30. I could take them. I guarantee you, whatever it is, I can
easily.
And that's no
red flags all over the place. First of all, do you need an MBA to do this guy's laundry and to water his plants and walk his dog?
Absolutely not. But he did say LOL on that.
Then he follows it by saying, "I'm a member of Mensa."
Yeah, that's. Nothing about this makes me want to go to work for this guy.
No,
it's $12.50 an hour. Again, I don't know what year this was. If this was 1902, $12.50 an hour is great pay. Even 1985 is $12.50 is going to be a pretty decent job. Today, you're going to need 3 of these or 4 of these jobs. Or
right. At least at minimum. Come on, man. Yeah. So all right, moving on. I know there are positions open for the technical industry right now. The technical part of what I do now, that when I started was I think $8 an hour is when I started in this. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a calculator here. Here we go. I gotta do the math real quick. Click. We're gonna hum.
This is the kind of show it is today. We're doing math on a calculator while you listen to us do it.
Yes. So wow. Okay. Well, that phone is okay. There, it's ready. Son of a biscuit. Anyway, so at $8 an hour, that's what I'm trying to get is the math here. So $8, 8 times 2080, which is going to give us $16,640. That's what I started at.
Yeah.
In this industry back in 1998.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the technical position now you have to have a little bit of experience. So we'll give it 5 years of experience, which I was still well under $15 an hour at that point. Now people could make that at $150,000. There are literally people paying $150,000 a year for that position. It is mind-boggling. Right. So I'm saying, it really goes a lot on when, because the explosion in cost is ridiculous now.
Yeah, honestly, it's nuts. Yeah. It is. So let's see. Here's a good one. This isn't a job posting, but this tells you something about this guy's boss. The boss asked their employees not to charge their cell phone. So nobody is entitled to charge up any mobile phones or other electrical devices on these premises. It is theft of electricity, and you may find a deduction has been made from your pay. Phones should be switched off. So plugging in your phone is theft, David. Don't do it.
Theft. Well, I work out of my home office, so I'm cool.
Here, I'll bring in 50 cents. You can have it while I charge my phone.
No. If you're going to make a deduction, you are making a deduction based upon the amount of electricity used. Now, you're stating here, this person's really setting themselves up for failure. Because if you get somebody who's a complete asshole like me, I'm like, all right, I'm going to plug it in right in front of you. And I'm going to stare at you while you're doing it. And then if you try to deduct even a penny from me, I'm going to make you prove by a meter what amount of electricity did I use, because you have to charge me an amount. And when you charge me an amount, it goes into the division of weights and measures. And that has to be What we got here? Bring a portable truck. Okay, solving world's problems one asshole at a time. But no, so when you're selling something that's in a metered thing, it goes through the Department of Weights and Measures, and it has to be. Not only does it have to be metered, it has to be certified. So whatever device he's using to calculate how much electricity you use, that has to be. He's going to end up something like this could actually, again, if he gets an asshole like me who would work for him, is going to own him on this.
Yeah.
Please let this pop up somewhere where I work.
Honestly, it's hilarious.
I won't have to work after that. They will literally, they will Disney me. They will pay me not to go.
Disney you. I think you just created a new form of that word.
Yeah, it's now a verb.
All right, so the boss who asked their employee to put down their dog a day that they didn't have a conflict at work.
Yeah, I quit. I'm out. I'm done.
What?
I'm not even going to read the rest of it. I'm going to block the screen. I don't want to see it. Get it away. Take it away. No.
Hey, any chance you can work today? Hey, I'm sorry. I was in class at that time and forgot to respond. I'm sorry to do this, but I'm trying to find coverage for my Sunday shift. I have to put my dog down Saturday night, and I will be an absolute mess. She's my best friend. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. I'll approved. Yep. I'm going to text some people and let you know.
Peace. I'm out.
I'm really going to need you to find some coverage. I understand it's a tough situation, but you have plenty of time, plenty of notice. So you're not going to be approved if you don't come in. Is there any way you could do it on a night where you don't have to work the next day? Yeah, you know what?
No, I'm out. Get out of here. I got nothing for you. Absolutely nothing for you. Plus, and this is something that I have a problem with in any one of these types of positions where when the manager goes, it's your responsibility if you're going to miss a shift to find someone to cover. No, you SOB, you're the manager. It's your responsibility. That's literally what you're paid for, is to make sure that the department, business, whatever it is, has the personnel to meet the requirements of the day. If I can't be there, that's your problem, not mine.
Right, honestly. And
period.
I hope this person left this job. Oh, David, I do have to let you know, we got some bot activity on our YouTube page now. Some bot activity. Here's a message that was just left from sexfind.info. New a dating.
Are we putting that on the screen?
Yeah, it's on the screen. It says new a dating for all taste and ages. Little squirty water emoji.
Hold on, I got to text them and make sure that they didn't put that up there.
So if anybody's interested in new a dating for all taste and ages, go to sexfind.info because it seems totally legit. I highly do not recommend it.
Wait, how can you not we don't know anything about it.
It's true. It could be a little mom and pop shop.
I'm not following that link though.
Do not. If there's not a link, but it's the name. It's the screen name is
sexfind.info.
Yeah. Classy.
That's nice.
Anna Calendar says she's had managers like that. I hope she's talking about the manager of this
sexfindinfo.com.
I hope she's talking about the manager who talks about putting your dog down on a different day, not the sexfind.info.
Anna, I think we're gonna need to we're gonna need you to clarify.
Yeah,
we're gonna need you to clarify.
Anna, you're digging yourself a hole.
Yep. All right, what we got next?
The boss who fired someone and then asked them for help. So I'm just going to paraphrase. There's a lot of copy.
Yeah, I've seen a handful of these. I love them.
Basically, the boss fired this person who was apparently managing some social media accounts, and then comes back later and says, "Hey, I can't get into the social media account. Can you help me out?" Well, you shouldn't have fired me. So I see both sides of the story here. Look, you and I, David, have dealt with numerous companies who have numerous social media accounts. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. The reason they have numerous multiple accounts on these different platforms is they can't get into their old accounts because they gave coverage of these accounts to people they eventually let go. And they didn't know the login credentials. So one, it's kind of on the manager who wasn't paying attention and didn't keep track of the credentials, but also
interview.
Right. But also,
but that is question number one.
Look, maybe before you fire somebody, you should say, "Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday, awesome day. Can you just give me those login credentials? I just need them. Oh, great credentials. By the way, you're fired. So do it that way. But I see both sides. I think I would be a decent human being and give the credentials because that's just who I am. But I don't blame the person for saying screw you.
If they asked me before they fired me,
if they told me to put down my dog on a different day, I would say no.
I'm gone. I'm done right then and there. Done right then and there.
So I do on this one. I do see both sides of the story because I know how it happens.
I would do it if this person was to come at me before they got rid, before I was departed. All right, fine. That's your data. Once I'm separated from the company and you are no longer compensating me for even one moment of my time, you're not getting anything out of me. You're getting nothing. I will consult for you.
For a payment.
You will pay my consultation fees.
For a payment, you would give back those credentials, is what you're saying.
For a payment, I will come in and get you access to your social media. Well, just because you have the username and passwords. Well, that puts me in a pretty unique position now, doesn't it?
I like it. I got to admit,
I like it.
I
win.
It's true. Look, John Calendar says ransom, and Anna says no. She had a manager.
No. See, it's not ransom. It's a consultation fee.
It is. Look, I like it. It's a play on the phraseology. So Anna, she says no. She had a manager. There you go. Who wanted her to come in when her dog was sick. She's had 2 managers like that. So that's tough. Look. When you have a sick pet, it's like having a sick kid. It's hard. It's a tough situation. I get it.
What was it? Funsexfinder.com. What was it? What was the thing?
I think it was sexfind.info.
Sexfind.info.
Sexfind. Here it is.
Sexfind.info.
Yep. New A dating for all tastes and ages, which is creepy enough. But then they followed up with the squirting water emoji.
So that's not what Anna Calendar was referring to.
No, thank goodness. So John, you're safe. All right.
Well, maybe not.
I mean, look, we don't know her whole history. I'm just saying. All right, moving on. The boss who asked employee to push back their brother's birthday plans. So let's see. Hey blank called in sick. Can you work from 2 to 9? Unfortunately, I can't tonight. It's my brother's birthday. I understand. We could let you go at 8:30. So you can have time to celebrate. We have dinner reservations at 6:15. Can you see if you can push them back? We really need another server tonight.
I actually don't have a problem with this one. I don't have a problem with it because, again, it's the manager's responsibility. So he's trying to get somebody to cover somebody else's shift.
He is. Look, he's not out of line to
do his job.
He's not out of line to ask. I get it.
He's not out of line to ask. There should be, as long as there's no follow-up with a threat or an innuendo that he, isn't going to get other time or it won't be, any of that stuff, I've got no problem with him asking because that's exactly what a manager is supposed to be doing. He's responsible for making sure there's enough staff to run the business at any given time. So I've got no problem with him asking. After he said he had dinner reservations at 6:15, then you can be like, all right, this is a lost cause. He should have known when to cut bait and run. He didn't, but I can't fault the guy for trying.
He should have said, all right, hey, have a great night. I'll be serving tonight.
Have a great night. Hopefully, Mazel Tov.
Instead, he's going to receive John Calendar's communication, which is this.
Yes. Or that was to us for keep bringing his wife's name up, talking about sexfinder.com. I mean, it's 6 one half dozen of the other.
Hilarious. All right, let's see. Here's another good one from the window. The boss who had the audacity to post this inappropriate and exclusionary job listing. Wanted part. Are you glad you're not reading this one, David? Wanted.
No, I'll read it.
There you go. It's for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, wanted part-time bar staff. Apply within. Must have double D breasts. Double D breasts.
Double D.
A great smile and a good attitude. But men can apply also. He should have put that in smaller font.
Right. Exactly. The only thing to make it better is if this were in Comic Sans. Like, now look, I don't know what kind of establishment this is. It sounds like a classy joint, though.
I mean, I would have to visit to find out.
Look, I think we should do some more research on this one, David. We need.
Nope. We'll let that go.
Let's leave that. Let's leave that one.
It might be it says bar staff. Okay.
Bar staff.
Bar
staff.
Might be a motorboat store or something.
Well, maybe he misunderstood. Maybe he, instead of bar, he meant pole.
So you went with a pole. I went with a motorboat. I mean, that was. And moving on.
Yeah. John Calder says men can have double D'Souza. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know. I think autocorrect got him.
Because he followed up by
he did
double
get
D's.
it, yeah.
It's true. Look, there are. Seinfeld did a joke on this. Seinfeld had a whole thing on a show about this where George Costanza's dad made the bro. Made the bro.
The bro.
Yeah, it's the man brazier.
Or the manzier or something like that.
Manzier.
The manzier, the bro.
Yeah. Oh, here, dog.
There's all kinds of stuff going on out here. I don't know.
You having a party at your house, David?
My drive. I don't know. Somebody's having more fun than I am. Oh, it could be somebody picking up one of their kids. Oh,
you got a party house.
I don't know. They're doing stuff.
You got a party house, David.
It's never a dull moment. Actually, there's a lot of dull moments, but not right now.
Exactly. All right, moving on.
Back to the double D's.
Nope, no comment. The boss who offered to pay people with sandwiches.
All right, I'm interested.
You have my attention.
Fat guy.
You have my attention.
Are we talking pastrami?
Define sandwiches, right?
Define sandwich.
I want to be upfront with everyone. Just had 2 employees quit today without explanation. So if you know anyone looking for work, let me know, and please be patient with us here at Blank Sandwich Company as we roll with the punches of the last-minute developments. If anyone can volunteer until we can find new staff, I would be eternally grateful and even give you a sandwich. I mean, all right. So a sandwich might be what, $5, maybe 10 at max. So is that 20, 30 minutes worth of work? I like a sandwich
today. 2 people quitting today. That's the part. The rest of the stuff, yeah, it's funny. All right.
Why did the 2 people quit today? Maybe they have crappy sandwiches.
Why did those people quit?
Maybe they were being paid in sandwiches too, and they ended up being really bad PB&J, or like the pastrami was bad.
Oh man, don't screw up pastrami sandwich, man. Pastrami's delicious.
So you're right. There are a lot of questions here that need to be asked.
We're still hunting for the culprit on the sexfinder.info guy or girl over on the YouTube channel. So if you're guilty of posting the sex info,
sexfind.info.
I'm guessing that's supposed to be new age dating for all tastes.
Yeah, this is a bot. This is not a person.
Oh no, I want to call it out as people.
New A dating for all taste and ages.
It's a lot more fun.
New A dating for all taste and ages. Which
hashtag water squirty emoji.
Dude, so all tastes and ages?
Yeah.
That's bad. Like that's bad. That's
bad.
If I can tell you right now, most likely if you go to sexfind.info, you'll probably be on an FBI watch list. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Don't click that link.
Do not go to that link.
The show, don't click that link. We'll find a way to go actually have that removed.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll put the Underdog Journeys YouTube channel under surgery and get that thing get that just cut right out of there.
All righty, moving on.
So no, over to the okay. So back we're text now.
So here's one.
Where are you at?
Where are you at? Question mark. You told Mark you could work Saturday night shift. No, I did not. I told Mark I couldn't work Monday. All right.
Oh, dude. Okay. All right. I've already I love this. Mail me my check. I quit. I
So no.
Earmuffs. Mail me my check. I quit. Go fuck yourself.
Right. So here's the conversation.
I approve of all 3 of those messages.
I told Mark I couldn't work Monday. You told him you couldn't work the morning, but you could work normal hours. As you know, I found out yesterday my dad passed away. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and at least take one day. I get a week off to mourn his death. Yeah. So I'm sorry for any inconvenience this will cause you. Being very professional.
I'm sorry for any inconvenience this will cause you.
Here's the boss's response. My uncle died a few days ago. I lost my grandma. Stop being a victim. His response, mail me my check. I quit. Go F yourself. An adequate response. An adequate response.
I love it. I
want to know what kind of job this was.
I want to know where this guy went next because I would actually. I'll find if you're watching a show I'll find you a job.
Yeah, he even said before the guy said stop being a victim. He said, "I'm sorry for the inconvenience."
Stop being a victim.
Stop being a victim. His dad died, man. Yesterday. Stop being a victim.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Good stuff. All right, here's a good one. Crew are not allowed to discuss their pay rate. So I added this one, David, because I want your opinion. This isn't necessarily bad per se, but I want your opinion. Crew are not allowed to discuss their pay rate. Let's see. The caption here is, if you see this shit, def talk about your pay because your employer is def hiding something, hiding some shady shit, and you all need to stick together for it. So bad grammar. But look, so here's the thing. In the professional world, most corporate employers tell you that you are not allowed to talk about pay with your coworkers. Like it or not, it's just a matter of fact in the corporate world. And I'm not sure if they can legally fire you for it, but it is in most employee handbooks in the corporate world. And I'll tell you why I understand why it's there. I'm not saying I agree with it. David, what are your opinions?
I disagree with it on every fundamental level. There is absolutely nothing that I shouldn't be able to discuss inside of a company based on my pay. My tier, so my group of people across the entire country, I expect them to make about what I make. Mm-hmm. The people who have been here longer, I expect them to make more. The people who've been here less time than I have, which is not that long, but there's actually quite a bit of them. But if they came in with more experience, specifically in territory management and things like that I didn't have, I expect them to be at or above me. Mm-hmm. If somebody makes more than me or less than me, it doesn't mean that I think I'm better or worse or less than any of these people. I do have a problem when companies will not. I hate job postings that don't post a salary.
Oh, totally. Yeah. If there's not a salary recommendation on the job posting, yeah, I wouldn't apply.
I'm out. I've got no interest in you whatsoever because you're not being honest.
They're probably going to try and lowball you, and you know that going in.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you expect, like this knucklehead that wants a nanny for him at $12.50 an hour, and you MBA requested,
right?
Well, it takes money to get an MBA, and you need to make money after you have that MBA.
Good to pay off those student loans.
Being around you in your 30 years, what is it, 30 years of experience or whatever?
As a realtor.
As a realtor.
And his Mensa membership.
Realtor, and I have family members that are realtors. I have friends that are realtors. I hate to say this,
but he's also in Mensa, David. You're misunderstanding. He's also in Mensa.
This is a job that I fully believe that could be eliminated with an app.
In a lot of cases, it has. It's called Zillow.
It has. Look it up. But for some reason, we're still spending 3 to 7% on a house to these knuckleheads that don't do anything. They're literally there for nothing. And it blows my mind.
So this set David off. So I'll tell you why. So I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I am saying why I understand that corporations and larger companies don't want employees discussing pay rate. And again, I don't think they can fire you for it legally, but it is definitely frowned upon. And I'll tell you why. So I was at a company, and some people left from a certain team, and some people who were on the same team saw the job posting, and the job posting had the pay rate on there, and the pay rate was a good $20,000 above what they were making with the same job description at the same company. And they came to me like, "Hey, what should I do? Like, do I say?" I'm like, "You need to say something. Go to your manager today, hold up this job posting, and say, 'This is my job. This person's being paid like 20 grand more than me.'" Yes, have the conversation.
Well, that's just the market now.
That's why larger corporations don't want employees saying that, because certain employees, they know they can lowball, and they will when they can, and other times they don't. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that's how it is.
Yeah. I understand what the business control portion of it is. I just disagree with it on a fundamental level.
John has an alternative point of view here. He says, I'll give you reasons why it's not a good thing to discuss. You'll make other coworkers mad at you because they didn't negotiate well enough.
Yeah. Instead of being mad at themselves
if you're making more than they are, I mean,
yeah.
You don't want to
Anna, Anna's a teacher, and she has a good comment over here too. So there's a lot of positions that are out there in the public service industry that's public record.
You're right.
Teachers make, and fire inspectors make, and the firemen, police department, everybody's salary. It's out there. Mm-hmm. If you get paid on the government dole.
Public information. Yeah. There you go. So that's why I added this one. So it was interesting. Good conversation. Here's a good one. Warning: all employees must not eat during work hours. Receive a $20 reward if you catch an employee eating during work hours. Employees with 3 warnings will be laid off with no exceptions. So look, I can see both sides of this one too. Look, I don't think it's good for employees to be eating all the profits. I get it, and people will take advantage of it. So if that's happening at an establishment, I get it. But turning employees against each other,
this is
bad. That's a recipe for bad stuff to happen.
I'm with you. You don't want people wasting time. You don't want people wasting product. So I'm guessing that this is at a restaurant. You got to keep your food costs down, because every sliver, every double D breast of chicken that comes in from that previous job list posting is accounted for. And if it's not rung up, so that impacts a lot of things. If it's a chain, even if it's a chain, the manager still have to report that to the district manager, and all that. So all that information's there and accounted for shrinkage and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Things happen. There's food all over the place. I mean, I loved my time working in restaurants. Absolutely.
I hate working in restaurants. No.
I loved it. I worked for Fuddruckers. Yes, it's a fun name to say, and it's also a fun name to screw up. And I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. If I could go back to doing that and be able to support my family, do everything, I would. Mm-mm. I had a freaking blast. Mm-mm. But you also know what I've seen? I've seen the people walk through and the servers and whatnot come through, and they're like, hey, hook the done. Food flew out of that kitchen.
Right. I believe it.
That was never rung up.
I believe it. And that's probably true at every restaurant, which is why some places put up the sign.
Yeah, but it's kind of an unknown, it's an unspoken perk of it. So my son's job, they give him a meal. They get their hourly wage, which he makes freaking ridiculous amounts of money being a cook in a pizza shop. But they give every employee a meal every shift they work.
Good. That's a perk.
It is built into it. Mm-hmm. So this is the wrong approach to us. A better solution would be to just feed your freaking employees. Okay, you're going to get a lot more respect from them on that day when you've got to call them in.
Respect and their loyalty, yeah.
Yes, they're going to be there for you because they're taking care of them. Mm-hmm. So instead of trying to get somebody to snitch on somebody else's, because you know what happens to snitches, right? They get $20. No,
snitches get niches.
Yeah,
niches get niches. Yes,
yeah, something along them lines. But there are absolute better ways and tried better ways to take care of this. I mean, I'm not saying set up a candle and candlelight dinner in the background for them, but I'm saying, you give them something early to get them through. And right. I've actually worked in restaurants where at the end of the night, man, there's a whole nother run through the kitchen because you're making food for all of the kitchen staff, the servers, the bussers, everybody, and everybody has a dinner outside.
Right.
After
how much camaraderie did that build?
So much.
Right.
So much.
It was so much better for business. So, by the way, John, I'm not reading your comment on this post. Anna, I will put yours on here. How are you sure this is a restaurant? Well, I'm going to assume it's because this place is trying not to lose food. I mean, it could be a
yeah. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. Nope.
Anna, look up.
Yeah. So yeah, John, I'm not gonna read your comment. All right, here's the next one. Here's a good one. This is not a job posting either, but this is still a pretty good one. This is handwritten on a whiteboard. Everyone will be working on October 31st. Call in. It's a termination. Doctor's note or not. If I have to be here, you have to be here. That's the sign of a really good boss.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a sign of a guy who should show up to work on October 31st and be the only person there.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody else just come in and it seems like a retail job.
Literally everybody else.
I don't understand what October, unless this is a retail job in Salem, Massachusetts.
He really does not want to work on Halloween, but he's mad that he has to.
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening. So you know what? It could be a bar down in Athens, Ohio, because Halloween in Athens, Ohio is the weirdest thing. It's a huge deal down there. For it's the Ohio University, not the Ohio State. I'm sorry, the Ohio University. It's a Ohio University.
Get it straight. You will be sued so fast your head will spin.
No. It's only due to sports. They can't do shit for me for talking about.
Well, that's true. As far as sports goes, they own the word "the." So yeah.
I'm telling you, I've told you what we need to do.
Right.
They've set the precedent. Let's make it happen.
And a calendar says, "Screw that, she'd show up in costume." So here's a funny thing. Yeah. So my son recently
I'd show up as your ex-employee.
That's my costume. That's what you do. You show up, but you order food or something from the bar, and the boss says, "What are you doing?" Be like, "Oh, I quit earlier today. I'm just here for a drink."
Yeah. By the way, I've got 50 of my friends coming in too.
Right. Hilarious. So by the way, Anna Calendar says she'd show up in costume, which brings up a funny thought. My son recently had Spirit Week at school, and I thought it would be great, instead of sending him in sports gear, send him dressed up as a different ghost every day.
Well, how many different ghosts are there? Oh, like from the 13 ghosts from the glass house?
Well, the ghost of Christmas future, past, present, a general ghost that probably looks slightly racist. You could go on and on. There's a lot of different ghosts you can do, but the point is...
Oh, Spirit. Okay, I got it.
Spirit Week. Spirit Week.
You're counting on idiots like me to take 10 days to go, oh, I got it. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I do like that.
Tell me that wouldn't be cool.
I'm with you. I fully... My name is David, and I approve of this message.
Exactly. And John says, well, I guess everyone's getting unemployment when they had their doctor's note. So yeah, look.
It depends on the state you live in, but most likely, yes.
All right, here's another one. I hope this is a joke sign. I do, but I'm not sure it is. Sick days. Yeah. We no longer accept doctor's notes as proof of sickness. If you're able to go to the doctor, you're able to come to work. Personal days.
This is a joke.
You think it is? You think this is
it is a joke. I've seen these on, you can buy this on Amazon. There's a couple other places. It really is a joke.
All right. Well, good, because
Ohio's
this is just
John,
atrocious.
just so you know, Ohio's an at-will employment, so they literally need no thing at all to terminate.
That's true.
But if they have a no-cause termination, you are eligible for unemployment over there.
So all the bosses out there who want to fire somebody, by the way, you can fire anybody in Ohio for any
reason or no reason.
If you don't like the color of their shoes, the only thing is, don't tell them why you're firing them. Just say goodbye.
Fired.
That's it.
You're fired.
That's
it.
Fired. That's all you got to do in Ohio. So everybody watching and listening in Ohio, good luck going to work tomorrow. All right.
Good luck getting people to work for you.
All right, moving on.
It really is. We've said this many times on the show. Just don't be a dick. I mean, really, actually, we haven't said it many times because we shouldn't.
Yeah, we should have a T-shirt that says "Don't be a dick."
That's honestly all you got to do. If you just live by that one rule, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
You know, sometimes stuff happens, and that's, I've had it. People call me, Dave, I'm so sorry. I really want to try. I'm like, no. Take your time. I would much rather. I'll take care of I'll take care of the work stuff. You go take care of that. You get better. I got people that would say, oh, it's just a sniffle. I'm like, dude, take your ass home. Well, I'm out of sick days. I'll pay you. Go home. Go home. Don't bring it in here and get the rest of my damn office sick, and now I got everybody else out. No, go home.
Well, David, Speaking of don't being a dick, speaking of not being a dick, I actually found an email that you sent to one of your employees, so I'm going to go ahead and read it here. It says, "Hi." It says, "Hi, blank. I've mentioned timekeeping. I've mentioned timekeeping before, as it's something I'm a stickler for. Both blank and blank have to travel quite some distance and are here always in the office, set up and ready to work at 9 a.m. Today you arrived at 8:59 a.m. And in my book, that's late. To arrive early is to be on time. To arrive on time is to be late. And to arrive late is unacceptable. Please, can you make sure you're walking in the door no later than 8:50 a.m. This gives you time to set up and be online and ready to work for 9 a.m. David, don't be a dick.
You absolutely did not get that from me.
To be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late.
I'm a big fan of that. To be early.
Yeah,
is to be
that's a
on
good
time.
personal. That's a good personal philosophy.
Saying.
That's a great personal
saying.
philosophy. Yes,
it's a great thing to share with other people. But to be on time is to be on time.
Right.
And you know, when I first got promoted up, I used to look at some time stuff like, man, we're wasting all these hours, all these hours, all these hours, and it didn't take me very long to kind of get pistol whipped into the whole. When you get a promotion, when you're managing people, you got to remember those people know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
And if you think that you can make them better by being an asshole to them, you are wrong. In all cases, it doesn't matter. In all cases, you're going to be wrong.
Yes.
So give them freedom. So here's what I did. I said, we live in Columbus, Ohio, right there where I was.
Mm-hmm.
If you are within 20 minutes, one way or the other, I don't really care. I don't even want to freaking hear about it. I don't care. I had managers who would report to me who their people would be late, and they'd be like, dude, you're telling me they got there 3 minutes late, and you're talking to me about this? I don't know. No. Because in the customer's mind, 20 minutes is when they start going, man, I've been waiting here 20 minutes. That's when it starts making an impact in the job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So up to 20 minutes, take your time. If for some reason it's raining, and you know what happens in Central Ohio when it rains, everybody's like looking up, like, holy crap,
the
there's
world
stuff falling
stops
from the sky.
You've never seen this
quick,
before. What is this?
Let's hit something. And, you know, it happens. So when somebody shows up 45 minutes or an hour, 45 minutes late, it's like, sorry, they were behind that, you know, triple fatality accident. You're just going to have to deal with that. That's part of the.
But if somebody showed up 1 minute early, you're late.
Yeah, if somebody shows up 1 minute early, I'm high-fiving them and going back to my desk. Actually,
right.
I shouldn't even see them. I don't even want to know they're there. Just go get your work done. Just go get your work done. That's all I care.
You know what? If a boss told me you're late because you're 1 minute early, I would literally laugh, turn right back around without saying a word, and just walk out. I'm out.
Yeah, like, dude, I was looking for a job when I found this one.
Right. Good luck to you.
Yeah, that's just, see, there's certain people you know. So actually, I wouldn't do that because I'm one of those people who's like, you need to know what your next move is. And I haven't, you know, in most cases, I've always been one of those people. Now, there are some rare exceptions. There was a company I worked for. I worked there for 30 days. And it started out, and then every day got worse and 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 worse. Finally, on day 30, the GM was in, and he was all blah blah blah. New guy. I came into the office. I left the job that I was on. I came into the office, and I was just a tech back then. And I packed my stuff up off of the little desk that they had given me, and I put all my tools into it. I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse GT at the time, and I loaded it all up there, and I walked by the office, and I looked at him and said, see you guys later. I don't work for people like you. Bye.
Right. And you know what? Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to. I'm not one of these, you know, at the drop of a hat, just quit people. You can't do it. You're right. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah, no.
But there are certain times.
There are certain times
when you should, and it feels really good.
It does. It does. There's nothing like sitting there going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you.
Exactly. Jim Brewer. It was Jim Brewer.
It was the other guy. There's some movies and television shows that you guys. Well, a TV show, right? Yeah,
there was a movie. It was Half Baked.
Oh, Half Baked. Yeah, Half Baked. If you don't get that reference, then you need to go back and watch Half Baked.
It was the best. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, hey, sent you an email with the changes. I need them ASAP. By the way, don't look at the timestamps on this yet. No worries.
To 12:04.
No worries. I'll get it to you first thing in the morning. Night. No, I need them now. I got to send them off ASAP. It's effing midnight. I'm already in bed. Why are you sending this to me now? It's been a crazy day. I've been reviewing them. Blah blah blah. No offense, but it's not my problem. I already shut down for the night and I'm in bed. This is extremely unreasonable. What if I was already asleep and I didn't answer? Okay, whatever. Call me in the morning.
Call me in the morning.
So I've actually been in very similar situations. I won't go into details, and you know what? I'll say most of the time, 98% of the time, I usually come back and I'll deliver, because in a lot of what I do and have done, it's kind of part of the job. You're kind of always on call, and it's bitten me in the backside more than once. Boy, I got some horror stories that I can share, but I'm not going to.
And a calendar. I don't know if you put her comment up there, but it's true. Everyone should just up and quit at least once. And you know what? I agree. I agree with that statement all the way from that. Where does it start? That side all the way over. All the way over. I agree with that. Everyone should just at one side be like, I'm out.
It's true. And we all have a story like that where it's just satisfying, and the person you kind of feel like had it coming. So Grimwood Hollow. So good seeing you, man. Hey, it has been a while, and I do owe you some text back. I apologize. It has been just bat crap crazy, and don't feel bad. I don't respond to David's texts either.
He doesn't respond to me either, bro.
It's nothing.
You know what? I'm gonna say you get on here, ping us. I'll send you my phone. We can bitch about West and drinking rum. I've got a whole new bottle of Diplomatico rum over there that I've been waiting on you to join us so that we can.
We need to have another. Open. We need to have another session over here.
Yes.
Talking about this. Yeah, you're right.
It's how. Oh my God. I'm having a moment here.
Uh-oh.
It's Halloween time. It's horror movie time. It is.
Oh, that's why did we not consider this sooner? Why did we not? Why am I only just not thinking about this
tonight? We need to have him on the after show. So if you're available, join us after show, because holy crap, it's 8:35 already. So yeah.
Yeah, we've been going for an hour and a half now. I got a lot of these, by the way.
So it's good. So I'll send things out, and we're a worldwide company that I work for. So there are still teams working right now. But the problem that I have is when that team ends at night and they've sent me something at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then another team in another part of the country or another part of the world will pick up at 6 a.m. my local time and email me as a follow-up to what this person's like. Hey, this person needs this information. So team 1 needs this information. Mm-hmm. Well, team 2 will follow up with me going, hey, have you gotten these people their information? Dude, it was 3 hours ago and it was in the middle of the night. No, I didn't get them anything yet.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't looked at my emails. These things happen in my world from the time I shut down, which is I usually go 5 p.m. Mm-hmm. I always check in after that. Mm-hmm. But my quit time but anything at 5:01 until 9:01, that's the same exact minute.
Yeah.
To me. Don't expect stuff in here.
So, all right.
It's off business hours.
So I will share a story, and I'm torn on this because
Shut the front door, John Calendar.
John Calendar left a comment.
Barrel-aged
Have
rum.
you seen the bourbon barrel-aged rum? That sounds amazing. Who makes it, John? We need more information. You can't just drop something like that.
Yeah, you got to share some stuff up on that.
Come on, man.
All right, Wes, go ahead.
All right, so my son was 2 years old, and there's a huge conservatory here that puts up a huge light display every Christmas. It's Franklin Park Conservatory.
On 23?
Yeah, the Franklin Park Conservatory. Okay. So they do this whole big thing, and the Christmas lights, it's a whole big deal. And my son was 2. It was his first time going to the Christmas lights at the Franklin Park Conservatory. And it's a good, half an hour at least away. John says, I will have to look it up for the bourbon junkies. Yes, by the way, for the bourbon and the rum junkies. So, Steve, keep an eye out for this whenever John mentions this in the comments.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just get to the conservatory. We're just walking in the door. My son just lights up. He loves this stuff. He's on top of the world. He's 2 years old. It's his first time going to this thing. And I get a text. It's Friday night. I get a text from my boss saying, hey, there's an emergency. We need you to turn off this automated email that's going to go off. And we're going to rework some stuff on the back end, resend this stuff. Now, he can do all of this. He has all the credentials. He knows how to do all of this stuff. And I'm like, hey, I just got here. I can't. My family. I mean, my computer is 40 minutes away. I can't. And he's like, oh, no, it's emergency. We have to get this done. We have no choice. So I leave my family at the conservatory to go home and do this thing. I'm waiting in like an hour for the back end to reconfigure before I can restart this automated email that's going to go out. It's this whole thing. And at the end of it, just, no thanks. And I don't need a thanks. I'm not that kind of person, but no thanks. No, hey, job well done. No, hey, we appreciate all that you do. Nothing, just cool. Good job. I got to admit, at the time,
How fast did you leave that company?
I was tempted to say, you know what? It was nice knowing you. I'll see you later. But no, I'm the kind of person. I understand that I'm on call at all times. So here's the thing: I was with the company for an extra couple of years after that. But, and my current wife will tell you, because she was highly annoyed by this, I made it a habit of taking my laptop literally everywhere I went. I took that laptop everywhere. And I even slept with this laptop next to my bed, because at any given moment, I would have to get online in the middle of the night or first thing in the morning and make changes to something. And I should have left the company a lot sooner, but, and because that's just the beginning. I have a lot more stories about this company. But, so I have mixed feelings about this one. Sometimes you can go the extra mile and get stuff done if you feel like it's going to be appreciated. But in my case, it was not appreciated.
Yeah, forget that. And that's one of the things that you all employers need to understand is, understanding that the employees, the people that not the people who answer to you, the people that you answer for, they need to feel respected.
It's that perspective that needs to be in place.
Yeah. They don't answer to you. You answer for them.
Mm-hmm.
You're responsible for them. You're responsible to make sure that their work-home life balance is in accordance. And some days, you know what? Some days it's not 50-50, because it should never be 50-50, because you only get 8 hours. That's it. Yeah. That's your time.
Right.
Excuse me. There are some days when they need 6. They need to give you 6. There are some days where they need to give you 4. And when they give you 4, you need to be happy that you're able to give them those 4 hours and that they can go away knowing that their job is safe, they're secure, that they're not in jeopardy, and it's not a thing. And I've been a very outspoken person about this. This race to efficiency has got to stop. It's going to blow up in everybody. You heard it here
we're
first.
We're starting to see it. We're starting to see it in different industries now.
It is, yeah. Finally. And the problem is, those places that they're seeing it, it's not we did it the right way. There are some people out there who did it, and I'm not saying have rest oases in your lunchroom and that stuff. That's not what matters. It's true work-life balance.
Oh yeah,
because some days you're going to get 8, some days you're going to get 12. I mean, some days I give, last Monday, I think I gave my company, somewhere to the tune of 16 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I put 16 hours in last Monday, and then I followed up with a 15-hour Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's some days they get the better, but some days they're getting 6.
Right.
That's just how it goes.
Look, I in the past have often gotten sort of cross-eyed looks when I mention this, when a new higher up person comes into a company and they do sort of a round robin meet and greet. One of the main things that I say that I do is I facilitate my team. And they kind of look confused, like, what does that even mean? I'm like, well, I help my employees, my team, be able to do what they do. When they have problems, they need somebody to come and solve their problems so they can do their job. And that's kind of my job. Look.
Here is what I believe we should rename the word manager or supervisor to support.
And that's it.
Because that is what you are.
And I say that, and I can't tell you how many times I've gotten cross-eyed weird looks from higher up level people who don't understand even the concept of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you do?
I don't order them to do
anything. I give a full list of all the stuff I do.
They know what they're doing.
Right. I give a full list of the stuff I do, and then I give a full list of the stuff that my team does that I help them do. There you go. Breaking out the Blantons. That's what it's all about.
Well, I did one Blantons, and I did 2 Weller. Now I'm back to another Blantons.
All right. Well, I got a ton of these, so let me know when you're fully topped off there. Exactly. That's when you know it's time. All right. Stuff. Here's another one. Now this is not another job posting, but it's pretty good. A snack will be provided today at the food court for the appreciation of your hard work. Today's snack: a banana. It's a fair snack. You ferment that thing. You got a nice little.
But to be honest, I mean, a banana is a good snack unless you're outside. If they're outside employees, that sucks because mosquitoes are attracted to people who just recently ate bananas.
Look, what if you're cutting sugar? What if you're like on a diet? This is not a good snack.
Well, not necessarily, because if you eat a more green tinted banana, that is a higher fiber, lower sugar, as where you get the yellow.
Yeah, but green bananas taste like crap. Come on, man. You need the ones that are just beginning to turn brown, just a little bit on the brown side. That's a good banana.
That's because it's mostly sugar. That's more sugar.
That's my point. That's my point.
Yes.
So yeah, this is hilarious. Yeah. And I got to tell you a story. I was with a company. This is actually.
Wait. You're gonna tell me a story about a banana snack. I like it. Go for it.
Let me tell you a story about Mr. Banana Grabber. All right. No, this is no.
Sexfinder.info.
Exactly. So no, this is it was the same company where the boss stomped on a mouse for a Christmas bonus one year. Instead of a bonus, they gave a Christmas ornament.
Jelly of the month?
A Christmas ornament, Christmas tree ornament that had the company's logo on it. Thank you.
This is from the guy who awesome. Never had to have a interview or a resume.
Right. He was a generous soul. And oh, by the way, they printed these ornaments at their facility. They didn't actually pay to have them made. I mean, they paid for the
material
and
a little bit of labor. That's an issue. To me, I got several issues with that. Several issues with that.
So this is
no. So I made the joke about the Jelly of the Month Club. I would rather have the Jelly of the Month Club.
Oh, I would love that. Look,
that is the gift that just keeps on giving.
There you
all year
exactly.
long.
So Steve at Grimwood Hollow says, "What you drinking?" I'm having an Allsmith Oktoberfest. I don't know Allsmith Brewery, but I love Oktoberfest. I'm actually drinking a number of different Oktoberfests today. So you're in good company, Steve.
Hey, oh, you got a Bell's.
So I
nice.
got
Bell's does a decent job with our Oktoberfest.
I started with the Wasserfarmer, some German word there that I can't pronounce. Sorry to our German audience. Moving to
just so you guys know, we actually do have
a German audience. The Great Lakes Oktoberfest.
Oh, I love Great Lakes Oktoberfest.
That's what I'm saying. God. I know. Then I moved to the Bells, another great choice, and the Bells just ran out. So now I'm going to move to the Three Floyds.
Three Floyds
Monster Fest, which is their Oktoberfest lager. So all good stuff.
Cool.
What
Steve,
are you drinking,
I started tonight with a Yingling Hershey's chocolate porter, and discovered that it was just nothing but sweet. It's really good. It's a really good dessert beer.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with twins. I got a bottle of Blanton's and I got a bottle of Weller here. That this is the Weller Antique 107, I believe is what I got. Yeah, the Weller Antique Red Label 107 is what I'm rocking, and so it's good. I cracked it open last week, so I mean I put a little bit of hurting on it, and then the Blanton's is the original single barrel single malt whiskey, right here is pretty good. I've put a bit of a hurting on it too, so it's good, and that's what's in the glass right now. I got myself a little bit of that. I always like the big ice cubes.
That's good stuff. Very good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Anna Calendar says, Jelly of the Month Club. So that's where you got that from. Yeah, I wish I had gotten Jelly of the Month Club, because you're right. That would be delicious.
That's Christmas. That's Christmas Vacation, is what that's from.
Oh, I remember very little of that movie. It was good. All the vacation movies were great.
You're being generous and saying great. I'm gonna say they're watchable, and you should definitely watch them and remember some of the stuff. And Jelly of the Month Club is one of the things that you should remember. And then forget all that. Go back and watch Spaceballs, because
exactly. Look, my son is. I was just having this conversation with my current wife. My son is now 7. He is currently at Spaceballs age. The kid needs to watch Spaceballs.
He does need to watch Spaceballs, and don't make the same mistake. Any of you dads out there, listen. Parenting guide from David.
Yeah, you're gonna take parenting advice from David Leffingwell,
and you absolutely should. Don't be like me and wait so long to introduce your son to the Lost Boys.
Oh, well, yeah, they're remaking the Lost Boys.
I don't want to hear about that, but no,
it looks like a train wreck.
Lost Boys, you've got to get them in. At 10 years old, you should be thinking about it. by 11 years old, they should have freaking watched that movie.
You're right.
My son, who just turned 18 a couple weeks ago, 18 years, I have a freaking adult as a son now.
You're an old man, David.
I don't think he's. I just got it months ago. I just bought it months ago for him to watch, and I don't think he's watched it yet. I think
it's a shame.
I don't know. I'm thinking about putting a projector screen out there and just run it on a loop out in front of his window.
Hang on, David. Yeah. We need to address a comment.
Oh,
Steve from Grimwood Hollow says his second boss played Pizza the Hut. What? How am I just now learning this?
Oh, wait, I got to do it. All right. Or else pizza's going to send out for you.
Steve, yes. How are we just now learning this?
Yes.
What?
Oh my God, that should be it's on your resume, right? It's on your resume.
His second boss played Pizza the Hut. Right.
It has to be.
Oh, yeah. For that alone, I would hire you, Steve. For anything. Dude.
Sad news today in the world. Pizza the Hut locked himself in his limousine and ate himself to death.
Priceless.
Oh, man.
Priceless.
Mel Brooks, man. What a genius.
He's still alive, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, well, you're kissing the heavens. So I assume
it was just beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful stuff. So by the way, John Calendar says Grander Weeded Bourbon Barrel.
Okay.
So we need the Grander Weeded Bourbon Barrel aged rum. Look that up, David. We need to get some of that.
Yeah, I'm looking up
that.
But I am going to make a special note here. We are at 1 hour and 50 minutes into the show, and we have more viewers now, live and active, than what we do. So we may want to rethink what we're doing and maybe push this show back an hour. Maybe push this show back an hour and a half. I don't know.
We need to. Instead of 7, maybe start it. So everybody watching and listening, what do you think? Leave a comment. Let us know about starting at 8 rather than 7.
Yeah, rather than 7.
Why not?
So let us know what you think. Because I know Steve is out on the West Coast, so he's 3 hours behind us anyway. So we're starting at 4 p.m. in his time.
Yeah. So Steve says yep, his second boss in the FX industry, Rick Lazzarini, he said Fox, but meant FX. Did FX on that film and played Pizza the Hut. Dude.
This is awesome.
Dude.
So
that's so cool.
Okay, all right. So the rumor is the actor Lazzarini there suffered second-degree burns on his face from the pizza coming through his mouth.
I heard that once. You're right. I did hear that. Steve, is that true? Did he suffer burns from the melting? So I assume it wasn't real cheese.
I'm assuming that it was real cheese.
You think it was real cheese? You think there was real cheese and real pepperoni?
And oil.
I think it was real cheese and oil and pepperoni. Okay.
The oil is what really probably burned him.
We need the scoop. Anna says 8 would probably be better after dinner is over. So look, okay,
we'll take a look at it.
Let's give it we can test this. Let's make it
happen. Just so everybody in the viewership knows, this will not take effect until the 23rd of November at the earliest, because on the 16th of November, I will be doing this show from Orlando, Florida. And the 23rd is a possibility. We are going to reach out and talk to him. We may be doing this show live from the Hofbrau house. So,
well, that's true. We can't go too late there.
Yeah, we can't go too late there. So I think if we start at 8 and at 9, I think we're still in good shape. But we may do a half-hour pre-show. Who knows? We might do something. We'll figure something out. But the goal to be down there and possibly live together, side by side again from the Hofbrau House, Columbus.
Exactly. So yeah. Anyway, so we'll test it out. We'll see how it works. But that's
right.
Good observation. So
so there's the banana snack. What's next?
Let's see what we got here. Okay, here's a good one. I think.
I can't see that.
Here's okay. So I'm going to try and zoom in here a little bit.
I see the word job.
Let's see.
Okay.
All. I'm instituting a policy concerning job abandonment. If you leave/quit without notice, your last paycheck will be paid at the federal minimum wage rate. By the way, not legal at all.
Absolutely legal.
No way.
Absolutely legal.
Well, let me continue. Each and every one of you are valued and contribute to the success or failure of this business. We all get stressed at times and sometimes feel like giving up. I challenge you to push forward and excel. I challenge you to be different and don't, weird typo there, give up. I choose success. How is that legal? If you have
it is absolutely legal.
There's a contract.
It is absolutely. No, you do not have a contract. And if you have a contract, there's a different thing. Most employers or most employees do not have a contract.
I thought
you don't have a contract. I don't have a contract. If for some reason something happened, now
I thought the mutually agreed upon pay rate at the time of hire was considered a legally binding contract.
So what you can do, you can actually go through. This is what an employer is entitled and legally able to do. And it'll blow your mind if you actually dig into this, because I was like, oh my God, there's no way this is true. There's absolutely no way.
Your boss can come at any time and start paying you minimum wage.
And knock you down to federal minimum wage. Now, even more importantly, not even more importantly, but also in lieu of, in addition to, addendum 2, if you were to happen to hit overtime, they can say, all right, now your pay rate when you hit overtime is federal minimum wage paid at time and a half. So
how is that legal?
Have a possibility, completely legal within the box, to make less money in overtime. Now, nobody does that because you're not going to get an argument out of me for it. I'm just saying, if you start digging into what the actual laws say and what they can actually do, what it, as an employer can actually pay and how it works, it will absolutely boondoggle your mind. What most people think that employers have to do is not even close to it.
Wow.
What you think you're entitled to.
That does blow my mind. I had no idea. I had no idea.
Not even close. So I have set through training class, all these things about, being an employer and how to hire, fire people, what you can do, what you can say, what you can't say, when you should literally not say anything at all, and when you should not say anything else, all of this stuff. And then we get into this whole realm of all of this, the actual pay rates and what is there. And they can literally change your pay rate at any time to the federal minimum wage act. And that's it.
I never would have guessed.
Now, if you have a contract, now as far as a criminal side of it, they're still able to do it. All you can do is approach them from a civil side for breach of contract, and then you have to fight it a whole different channel. It is.
So at that point, it's probably not even worth your efforts.
It's probably not worth your efforts. So you really have to weigh it. Is it worth your efforts? If not, now in my opinion, it would be worth my efforts if I had to do it, and I was only going to get $2 out of it. I'm still going to do it because I want to highlight what this person's doing. So if there is a person living that way and doing things shady like that, remember I told you the guy earlier basically wiped my paycheck out, and he hadn't paid me for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
And he didn't pay me my paycheck, and he didn't pay my expenses because I was using my own personal vehicle, so he had to pay per mileage. So they did all kinds of things. So I literally just talked to everybody and said, this is who they are. This is what they're doing.
Yeah.
This is what they are. They're what they're doing. This is who they are.
Small world, man.
They had a post on Craigslist for a job. I had a post right behind it that talked about how bad that company was, and it just on and on and on and on. And but that's just what I did. Like, you know what? People need to know what they're getting into. If you decide that's what you want to do, then you're warned going in.
Wow. I never could have guessed this.
It is phenomenal what a company can do. And then you get the people who are like, well, I'm in a union, so I'm protected. Actually, no, you're not. Because at any time, a company can decide they're not going to pay a union. And
that's true. That is true. You're right.
Fire everybody involved. So the contract that you have is between you and the union. Again, it's not a criminal thing. It goes back to a civil suit for a contract dispute. And that's it.
You're right.
It is insane what people can actually get away with.
Wow.
Now, any good employer, most good employers would agree with you. They would be just as shocked to find out that they can do shady shit like that and be completely within the limits of the law.
That is crazy. Yeah. By the way, Steve said, yes, Pizza the Hut was covered in hot colored gelatin that was used, and he did get burned.
Yes.
So
okay, well, at least there's that, that's true. Well, I mean, it's not good. Hey, we're celebrating. Hey, the guy got burnt.
He now looks like Freddy Krueger.
It's good to find out that it's not good to find out the guy got burned.
He now looks like Pizza the Hut. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I remember watching Pizza Hut when I was younger, and being like, That's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. It's right.
That's cool.
Now you're like, that guy suffered major burns from the hot colored gelatin rolling down his face into his eyeballs.
And then I don't remember what his assistant's name. He was the guy on all the
silver.
the
silver.
Yeah, and he's all like,
guy.
and he's the one who's all like, Peter's going to send out for use.
For you. Yeah, no, I gotta rewatch
with interest. That's 1 million space credits.
Yeah, I miss John Candy. I need to rewatch that movie.
Barf.
Exactly.
Not in here, sir. It's a Mercedes.
Small price to pay, Steve says.
Oh, indeed.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he was thinking that at the time, right?
That's straight up info. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Because it probably hit right there. So he looked like he
had probably hit like in and around his eyes. Can you imagine like hot gelatin? Not even like hot water, like hot gelatin sticking to your skin.
So now it is my daughter's favorite movie. My daughter's 9.
Spaceballs?
It has been my daughter's favorite movie for 3 years now.
Ah, she's a good girl.
She
is a hero.
Absolutely,
that's awesome.
Loves Spaceballs. So now I'm gonna have to go back and watch Spaceballs because now I want to see if I can identify it as gelatin on the
right
and how that worked out.
So I want my son to watch Spaceballs, but he's 7, and I'm afraid he's gonna go to school on Monday and say, "I'm surrounded by assholes."
Well, he probably would not be wrong, though. So
he wouldn't be wrong, but in the 2nd grade, they frown on that.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders?
Chicken.
All right, what do we got next? Actually, let's make this next one the last one because that'll make a 2-hour show.
Okay. I need you tomorrow. Saturday's my day off with my fiance. I'm short. I need you to come in.
I like this.
Okay, how much am I getting? Question mark? You're short-staffed, and you need me to work tomorrow. We call that
expedited.
We call that expedited. For $39.75, I can be there tomorrow. For $13, I'll see you Monday. This man has the right idea.
I love it. I want to hire that guy. I literally want to hire that guy because he understands there's always a price.
He understands supply and demand.
Yes.
He understands supply and demand.
So at $39.75, I could be there tomorrow. But at $13, I'll see you on my regular.
I like the extra 75. He could have just made it 39. He had the 75.
The 75. I like it. So we go back to we've talked about it many times on this show about knowing your worth. Don't try to undercut the competition because if you are trying to, let's say you're trying to. Oh, by the way, shit!
What?
I forgot.
Do you have pizza?
I forgot.
Did you order pizza?
Stevie Evans. From Big Bentley's Pet Supply.
Did your dog pee on your carpet?
Well, I mean, the previous owners of the house did, and we've lived here for a year, and
the previous owners of the house peed on your carpet.
The dogs.
David.
Well, I mean, maybe the owners. I wasn't here, but anyway, I have cleaned the carpets twice here. I cleaned the carpet shortly after we moved in, and I did a complete deep clean on the carpets many months later.
Okay.
Stevie's Pet Supply, Stevie's Pet Supply. Stevie Evans
of Big Bentley's Pet Supply.
Big Bentley's Pet Supply.
Yes.
I went on their website. I didn't want to take anything from them. I talked about it last week. We showed you the urine destroyer. We showed you the stain remover, and we showed you the tobacco odor eliminator that he sent out to me. So I went on the website and just bought the stuff, and I used the stain remover.
This stuff, good stuff.
And
this is great stuff, by the way.
I said I was going to show it on the show tonight. I don't have the pictures. I don't have the pictures sent over to you, so we can't do it at the moment. But if you go on my personal Facebook page, type in Big Bentley's Pet Supply, you'll see it, and you will see the stains that have been there since I moved in. They are not there now, and I was worried because I'm like, wow, this is. So here's what I did. So I'm going to give you my David Leffingwell's tips and trips to getting dog piss out of your carpet. I sprayed this
turning into that kind of show.
I follow the directions on the bottle, and then I said, "I'm done with this. I don't like directions. Don't tell me how to do this.
I do what I want.
So I went and grabbed my carpet cleaner, and I mixed it in with the carpet cleaner, and then I ran the carpet cleaner over the whole thing and did the whole section of the carpet cleaner. Frickin' spotless.
Yeah, you pour a little bit of this into like one of those little green machines, whatever they call them. Yeah, they have the little automatic scrubbing things. Yeah. Oh, it's genius.
Yeah.
Totally.
And so I did it out here. The bulk of the stains are gone. So now I want to buy this stuff in bulk because within the next year and a half, the whole entire flooring in my house is coming out, and I'm putting all hardwood floor in.
He sells this stuff in bulk.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm gonna buy it. But I want to clean the carpets before that because I still have to live here for that much time. And we're getting ready to start painting and all kinds of stuff through the house. So Big Bentley's Pet Supply, we've had him on the show, Stevie Evans, many, many times. We got to get him back on because I'm going to put his product up there with Rob's Rescue.
We still need to try out his smoke destroyer too.
Yeah, which I've got here. I'm bringing one to you. But, I loved Rob's Rescue. Rob's Rescue did phenomenal things. And I can't speak higher of a company than what Rob's Rescue was able to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when that's the top, all I can say is this is right there with it, with no questions asked, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Rob's Rescue, Big Bentley's Pet Supply. So if you're doing like your general cleaning and things like that, even Rob's Rescue is there. But if you have a pet or a kid, you need Big Bentley's Pet Supply because it is going to do what you need to do. Rob's Rescue is going to do it. It's a little harder to buy Rob's Rescue, and it's a lot easier to buy Big Bentley. So, take that as you will.
Right. And we can talk about what we believe their certain niches should be. I mean, as far as Stevie Evans go and Big Bentley's, I think with the pet niche and focus, he is on point. I think Rob's Rescue could use a little more refining as far as their sales tactics. But his
their marketing. They need to look at their marketing. They need to look at their overall marketing and focus a niche down to who am I trying to get and go after their 80-20 in that protection.
But the product is great, by the way.
Direction. Yeah.
So
both of them. So I spoke about Rob's Rescue before.
Mm-hmm.
Rob's Rescue is, to me, I tried all the right rugs and all the things. I even had professional people come in and clean stuff, and it just wasn't good. I used Rob's Rescue, and boom, it was absolutely there was no question in my mind about how far above and absolutely the best that it was.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've got another product. I'm not saying it's better or worse. I've got another product that is right there that is saying, if you have a spot on your carpet and you want it gone, this is where you go.
You know what's funny?
Now you've got two.
I think chemically they're actually pretty similar. So they both use the I know we're getting way off the marketing subject here. They both use the bioenzymatic chemicals, which are like non-toxic, super friendly for pets and kids, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they're chemically probably pretty similar. But I've used both, and I've used Big Bentley's specifically for pet stains and odors, and it's incredible.
Well, I used it, so I have the stain remover and the urine destroyer, and I used the stain remover in a spot where that it should have been.
Yes.
Will it get grog vomit off of my boots?
Yes, it will. Grimwood Hollow.
Absolutely. Okay. Grog vomit is going to have a lot of chemical makeup in it, and one of those is going to be a biological aspect of it. And the bioenzymatic formula in either one of these,
I believe it's leather safe.
Absolutely going to be perfect for what you're trying to do.
If you got leather boots, I think it's leather safe. So you're probably in luck.
Can you use on area rugs or only carpets? No, you can absolutely use on an area rug. This stuff is super safe.
Yeah.
You could actually use it. Let's say you have a dog that has a bladder control issue, but also has a favorite blanket. And that favorite blanket may become odorous from time to time, a bit pungent on the nines level. You can take it and put it in your washing machine.
Right. Well, so
throw it in there. Clean.
Well, so here's an interesting thing. So we're going to get super nerdy, and I'm not going to tell you how or why I know this stuff. So one of the reasons why when you have a couch or a blanket or upholstery or whatever kind that starts to smell from your animals being around it is from the VOCs produced by the chemicals your animal puts off. VOCs are volatile organic compounds. And what these are is it's sweat and it's oils and it's dander that comes off of your pet.
It's BO.
That comes off of your pet, and there are microbes essentially that eat these oils and dander and liquids that come off of your pets, right? It's gross to think about, but they exist, and they basically expel these compounds that produce these odors. So what this does is the enzymes, the bioenzymes that are in these things, what they do is they eat the
Pac-Man.
They kill and destroy the bacteria and germs and whatever that are producing these VOCs. Then it actually dissolves the VOCs themselves and encapsulates them similar to what a Febreze or something like that would do. So that way, like hypothetically, you have a couch or a throw rug or something like that. You spray this stuff on the upholstery on the fabric. It encapsulates and destroys the odors. The next time you actually clean it with a vacuum or something like that, it cleans up whatever's left from the encapsulation of those VOCs and bacteria.
Basically the dust particulate.
And essentially that's how it works. That's the nuts and bolts of how it works. Stevie could give the whole super nerdy explanation more than me, but
to be honest, we just gave him a hell of a commercial right there. Literally two guys.
He's not paying us
to do with this thing.
He's
nothing
not
to do with
paying
this
us.
thing. Nothing. And here's even more. And we do this stuff on purpose. Okay, we don't ask for free samples. We don't want free samples. We will go on your website. It was very easy to purchase. Those are the things that matter to us.
Right.
You know that. I hate throwing percentages out there because most of the time they're bullshit. This is actually not a bullshit.
67% of the time it works. Every time.
50 is actually this one's actually 57. 57%.
Give me a break.
57% of buyers state that the buying process is the biggest portion of why they purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make the buying process easy and amiable, you are automatically already 57% likely to close that business.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand percentages, that's over half. That's good. That's a great place to start. That's without even talking about your product.
Mm-hmm.
Your product could be balls. It doesn't matter. 57% say the buying process itself is what matters. So simplifying your buying process and now throw that with a good quality product, it's lights out for your competition. So we've talked many times in the past. We went away from our main topic, and now we're into the stuff that actually is kind of more along our. This is what happens when Wes and I get together and we start talking.
We'll literally be alone in a room drinking beer or bourbon, and this is what happens to our conversation.
Yeah. So now if you've simplified and made a enjoyable and amiable buying process, and you have a good quality product, and I'm going to go relatively on time and decent delivery. All right. The world is absolutely FUBAR right now. So delivery times are a little more lax. It doesn't have a lot of weight, but when you promise something to be there and it's there, that does carry weight.
Mm-hmm.
Shifting times, that's not a good thing. So if you can't promise a time, then don't promise any time. And just say, hey, we're going to email you when your item's coming to you. We don't know when that's going to be, but we'll get to you when it comes. And when we say it's coming, that means it's on its way and it's coming to you and it'll be there.
Right.
So now it just closes in. So that's how you compete. When, I was talking with somebody the other day, said, hey, somebody beat us to this. And I'm like, no, they didn't. We founded our company 2 years ago. We're going to do this better. We're going to do this like this and X, Y, Z and all these other little piece parts. And they come back to me and go, man, you're right. Every single little piece of this. So we've talked many times in the past about how to compete against. You're not going to compete against Amazon on quantity. You're not going to compete.
They're going to beat you on
Walmart.
volume every single time.
Yeah, they're going to beat you on volume every single time. You have to. Your differentiator is not quantity and is not volume.
Right.
Yours is going to be quality, customer service.
Quality and customer service. That's it.
Man, I can't speak enough about customer service.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you're going to be. So if you're selling, okay, we're going to talk to some of our audience right now. Fuck you. So we got John Calendar. John Calendar, I happen to know, makes hey. All right.
Sorry, I had to add this because Steve Catronio mentioned that he's smoking smoking a pipe, by the way, something called Awakened Elder and Creeper of the Corn, which are great blends. I actually happen to have Awakened Elder right here. I had to show him. Really? I didn't get Creeper of the Corn, but I've heard good things. Sorry, go ahead, David.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm stuck here. I'm not cool with these guys and their pipe smoking. I don't like it. I'm left out. So no. Where are we talking about? Oh, anyway, so the differentiators and being able to sell to be able to sell inside of a market that could be potentially owned by a much bigger competitor. It is all down to customer service and how do you set yourself aside. And customer services, and man, I literally can't get over this enough. I can't go over it enough. I can't stress it enough. customer service is going to be your way to do it. So if you've got the simplified buying method, if you have a good amiable experience, meaning that people don't look attest to it. People are going, oh, I gotta go. How hard is it to me? I went and bought 2 pairs of britches today on Amazon.
Britches?
2 pair of britches today on Amazon. Man, click, click, click. I'm fat, man. I go to the stores here and they're like, oh, hey, I'm sorry, dude, you're fat. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that. But you have fat people clothes? And they're like, no, bro, we don't got fat people clothes. I'm like, all right, I'll go to fatpeople.com. So I go to fatpeople.com, which is Amazon. And
by the way, don't go to fatpeople.com. It's probably like lemonparty.com. Don't do it.
I have to check.
He's checking now. Hopefully this isn't your work computer.
It is. No, this is not my work computer. It's not my play computer. So it's a landing page. So some asshole like me has bought it, and the very first thing on the thing says ugly pictures. Oh, I feel good about myself.
We're not fat shaming. That was just impromptu observation.
I'm fat. I'm allowed to say these things.
You're not.
The middle one just says fat people. It literally just says fat people. Here's a link to click to fat people. And then the bottom one just says ugly people pictures.
And it says your play computer. Oh my. Oh my.
I do the podcast on this computer. I also do some AutoCAD on this computer.
Anna,
that's it.
His current wife does not check his search history. Just so you know.
Well, you know what? It's curious. Okay, all right.
We don't want to know, David. We don't know
history.
By the way, Anna, I didn't break anything. Beer bottle did fall, but it's not broken, so we're good.
Okay, so here's Micron Chip, Plant Engineering, Joey's Restaurant, Finger Lake Hotels. Because up here I live in the area where it's
You have the most boring search history.
Yeah, my search history. Disney World using COVID restrictions to cheat annual pass holders lawsuit. Walrus definition. I mean,
definition of what is the definition of what does Merriam-Webster have to say about walruses?
It was the Merriam-Webster's website. So yeah, if somebody's like, oh, I'm gonna expose him to the world. Let's get his search history. They are going to be woefully disappointed.
Vastly disappointed.
My search history is not. You may be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, he's gonna have all kinds of hashtag redhead this or no.
Hey, look.
I want to know.
We do what we can.
I want to know what the plural of walrus is.
What is the plural of walrus?
It is walruses. We did.
It is walruses. Oh,
it is
well,
walruses.
Look, I found out that way by the plural of octopus is octopuses.
Really? I would have said octopi.
You would think so, but
I would think
octopi.
so. But right. Also I lost at phraseology too. So,
you did.
What the hell do I know about the English language?
It's because you're not an MBA, David.
You
don't have that
because
degree.
I don't have an MBA. Oh, gee, my Christmas. You know what? One of these days they're going to put me in a position of power, and it's going to suck for a lot of people with MBAs. So somebody's going to hire me in because it's going to be great for their business, but it's going to be bad for all of the MBAs that work under me. It's like, you're fired. Why? Because you're fired.
Right. Exactly. This is a fire will state. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah, well, I live in New York. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, Ohio rather.
But I will fire them from the Dominican Republic or something. I don't know. Oh man, it's a good show. You have one more for us. You got one more for us. Good. You got one more.
Oh, we doing one more? We doing more?
You got one more for us. All right. I feel one more. I think it's gonna be a good one.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. This is just the next one in the line.
I didn't down the hole.
Here's the next one down in the line. This is Boss Watching Camera sent me a photo saying, "Oh, so this is you studying at work using your phone?" I was consulting Wikipedia. I quit today. So first of all, it sounds like the boss may have been allowing them to do homework or research at work, and then they got in trouble because the boss thought they were just browsing stuff on their phone. How do you feel about How do you feel about watching your employees on camera at work?
Okay. Here's I love the idea. I'm a fire protection guy. Okay,
so you're
it's life safety
security
first.
Yeah.
Physical security, somebody breaking in and stealing something that belongs to you. That's actually quite lower on my list than life safety. Being able to get people out of a building in the event of emergency overrides the need for security to me. IT companies hate me. IT divisions hate me.
I can't
because
imagine why.
I will unlock their freaking data center door in a heartbeat. Like, you can't do that. I'm like, I've got a code that says I can. Go away. I have no time for you little brains. Get out of here. I am not locking somebody in this building. If you want to be responsible and sleep every night knowing that you killed somebody from your decisions, that's your problem, but it's not going to be mine.
Fair point.
That's a fair
point.
There has only been one place ever that has actually overwritten me, and it was a uranium enrichment plant owned by the federal government, who
now look, in their defense,
no longer made weapons grade uranium. Wink.
Yeah. No, anybody who enriches uranium by default makes weapon grade uranium. Yes, there's no such thing as refined uranium that's not weapons grade.
Well, there's a 231, but anyway,
David, there's such a thing as called dirty bombs.
Yes, here's a dirty bomb. So
weapons
you can't
grade.
Use non-technically weapons grade uranium to make a dirty bomb, which Russia was actually just talking about. We can't go any further because
please.
But
no politics, David.
But so we're gonna get away from that. But that is the only place in 25 years almost now, 25 years that has ever actually overridden me, and I said, okay, whatever you want. Done.
But what do you feel about watching employees on camera?
But this is where I was coming back to. But cameras should be used for a security purpose. I don't know what they're looking at here. It's not a very good image.
He's watching an employee hunching over, looking at his phone.
So I go into places and I see a camera looking at it. Let's say I go to Burger King or Wendy's or something. Wendy's, Columbus business. I go to Wendy's and I see a camera that looks out over the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see 75 cameras looking down at the cash registers.
Yeah, you're right.
I got a problem with that.
First of all, if you can't trust your employee,
then you don't have the wrong
employee. Then you have the wrong employees, or
you're wrong manager who's hiring the wrong employees.
Right. It's a combination of things.
Yes.
It's a combination of things.
And you're not treating your customer, and you're not treating your employees right.
Right. And guess what? If you're not treating your employees right, chances are you're not treating your customers right. There are a lot of things at play here. That's why I added this one specifically. So let's see what the next one is. Let's see. A picture sent to me from a boss.
A picture sent
to the whole kitchen to the whole kitchen staff. Can't believe there's a bounty on our heads. Let's see what it says. Mark and I are absolutely sick of people stealing food from our business. If you see someone stealing food and report it directly to Mark or myself, we will reward you with $100 cash. $100 cash. And we will terminate the employee, no questions asked. This sounds like a good way to get revenge on a coworker you don't like.
Yeah. You know, in the restaurant business, we
kind of
have a lot of
similar.
Yeah, we do have a lot of we have a lot of sex between the staff and that staff. It's a restaurant thing, and
that's why I didn't like working in a restaurant.
So if your ex is over there, and you're like, oh, that bitch was stealing food. Hey, Mark, that bitch over there stealing food.
I saw her eating a corn dog,
and it wasn't mine. And off she goes. Yeah, fire. So there's nothing good to be done here.
Yeah.
There's not. So we've established this earlier in the show, today's show, that giving a reward for somebody to snitch is just, man, not a good way to do stuff. Yeah. There are better ways to handle this. If you're worried about somebody actually eating at the restaurant, feed them. Create an environment where people want to come and they don't need to have a little this or a little that because they know
trust.
They're getting.
You're going to create trust. You're going to foster loyalty, and you're going to build camaraderie with the team as they're having a meal together.
And guess what? Okay, all right, all right, Mr. Manager out there, when you text Steve to try to cover somebody else's freaking shift on the last moment, that camaraderie is going to come a lot more handy.
You're right.
Than a $3 shrimp,
because they'll know each other and chances are like each other, and
they're going to know you.
That, they'll trust each other and they'll trust you.
Yes, and they'll want to help you. Create people who want to help you.
Right.
Not
what this
people
does,
who are afraid that they're going to do something wrong.
What this does is it builds distrust between the employee and the manager or the owner.
Yeah.
And trust is a two-way street. When you distrust your employees, chances are your employees distrust you because they feel that distrust. Same thing here.
Yeah, that
this
right
employer
right there. I
did not trust their employees, and therefore the employee did not trust them.
You know, the short of that one is, if you have to have a camera watching what your employers are doing, you have the wrong employees, you have the wrong managers, or you should not be an employer. Absolutely. That's simple as it. If that is where your fear is, you are the problem.
Same thing here.
Yep. That's bullshit. Yeah.
Same thing here. All right, let's see. Boss man put me on blast. This is a good one. On blast to tell everyone how hard I made it on them for calling off. Basically, what happens is this guy called off, and his employer sent out an email to everybody mentioning him by name, saying what a disadvantage it put him at because this person by name had called off on short notice. That's what it breaks down to. Which
this is not a manager.
You don't do it.
This is not a manager. This is a person who thinks the word manager means that these people answer to you.
Yeah.
You had an opportunity. You could have actually named him by name in an email and came out ahead on this. Hey, Steven, I don't know the names here. I'm not going to look at it. Steven really needs some help today. He really needs this done. I'm going to try to fill as much as I can, but can somebody else step up and help one of our friends, one of our partners, one of our comrades out in a situation that he didn't choose? There are ways to do this. You know, I don't remember who it was, and I actually will look this one up. It was, salesmanship is telling someone to go into hell in a manner to which they look forward to the trip.
You're right. It's a good way to put it.
And that right there, all you hipster boys and girls that try to take on the old fat guy, this is why I beat you. Because I tell people to go to hell in a manner, in a way that they look forward to the trip.
You're a natural-born salesman, David.
I'm a natural-born bullshitter. That's just how it is. My grandpa taught me well.
There you go. All right, so let's see. My boss secretly posts job listings for a coworker and I's position, even though we're not hiring. We found out, and this was his response. Basically, the employer came back and said, we only put the job posting out there because we want to have people interested in the job just in case one of you leaves or there happens to be an opening.
All right.
And I added this. Yep. I added this because I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings about this one. One, I understand. Two, I don't believe the employer.
Yes. So yes. From a management standpoint, from an employer standpoint, they do need to have.
You need to be ready in case somebody leaves.
They need to be ready.
Right.
They do need to be ready.
Yeah.
And that is part of it. But there are ways to do it. And there's no reason to put because what you've guaranteed now is these two people
they're paranoid and they don't trust you.
They're looking for a job.
Right.
So you could have posted for a position, say, hey, we're not hiring. Hey guys, we're not hiring right now, but if one of you guys leave, we're absolutely screwed. So the old saying is honesty is the best policy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's been out there. Everybody knows that. So if you go to your employees, if somebody comes to me and says, hey, Dave, this is what's happening. This is it. This is all of it. And I have no reason to doubt their authenticity. My flags are raised because I'm not an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not. I'm automatically looking for the next job.
Right.
Tact is the
and that's what it comes down to. You're right. Tact.
Yes.
Because the thing is,
Winston Churchill. Which I don't have a cigar over here, which I really wish I did. When you're mentioning a quote from Winston Churchill, I didn't even know it was Winston Churchill. Tact is the ability to tell someone to go to hell in such a way they look forward to the trip.
You looked it up.
Winston Churchill.
There you go. Good quote.
Yes, great quote. I love it.
But you're right. There needs to be more tact here. And again,
yes.
had the employer just in the first place been open to employees, like, hey, by the way, I want you guys to know we're not looking to fire you or replace you, but just in case one of you happens to find a better offer or drops off the map for whatever reason, it's good to have a backlog of people interested. Now, look, the employer's not obligated to tell the employees that, but for an employee to find this on a job search, one, it's going to make them paranoid. Two, they're going to think, oh, crap, they're looking to replace me. I'm going to start looking at someplace else. And before you know it, your employee just left, and you don't know why. Until the employee said something to you. Churn. Well, and churn is a real thing, and that's why the employer said they posted the job posting. But I'll admit, sometimes employers do look for replacements while the employee is still there. I know that firsthand. It happens.
So we are actually getting ready to go into, and this is for all of you people, and hopefully this actually, if no other part of this 2.5 hour show gets out there to
we've been going a while.
We've been going a while, and we've drank a lot of bourbon and beer. But if any other part gets out there, all the people over the last about 18 months has experienced quite a significant increase in their entry-level salaries.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to, when I say entry-level salaries, I mean your entry-level salary into the position that you're in. So I'm not saying you're brand new. I'm saying you might be qualified this, that, and the other. Over the next 18 months is a whole different story. I'm going to tell you right now, when you got hired in at $150,000 for a $75,000 job, you are the first person to go.
You're right.
That's how it works. I have turned down jobs who paid twice what I make now. And I do okay. I have turned down jobs that pay twice what I make now because I know that it is a very short-lived experience.
Right.
I'm not interested in that.
When there's a downturn, you are the most cost-effective cut they can make.
Exactly. You are the one that, okay, you and your 5 compatriots, just with the money saved, can keep 20 other people at a lower pay rate, a lower pay scale.
Right.
And these are the people who typically have been there longer than you.
Right. Totally. I'm with you.
Yeah. Because and that's part of it. And back to that one that says, hey, don't talk about your pay. If you hired on in let's say you get in the industry in 1998, I'm going to use my experience in 1998 to get to where I'm at now. Holy crap. It was a long time, but to get here, but somebody could get to my pay rate now. Somebody could beat my pay rate in 5 years with 5 years of experience now.
Well, so I know people in certain industries. I'm not going to mention names or industries. I know people in certain industries who
Dr. Chad
who started let's say 20 years ago, right? And 20 years ago, the
Steve.
Well, so 20 years ago, the starting pay rate for a certain industry was at a certain level. Now, according to cost of living and inflation, yada yada yada, it's significantly different, right? However, when somebody starts, every year they get a cost of living increase just by default or another small, minute raise, right? So here's why large companies might not want employees talking about how much they get paid, because somebody who's been here for 20 years versus somebody who was just hired, the person who was just hired may have been hired at a significantly higher rate than the person who's been here for 20 years. Now, the person who's been here for 20 years is loyal. They're highly engaged. They're highly qualified for the position, and they're highly experienced with the company and the industry. Now, if they learned that somebody who just got hired is getting paid $60,000 more than them,
$100,000 more than they are,
there's going to be hell to pay.
Their loyalty
and
comes into question.
That is why large companies probably don't want employees talking about how much you get paid. So it happens.
When you have a good manager, and I'm going to put, I love to put myself in that category because I like to think of myself as that. And what happened to me was I had people, I was hiring them in at this rate. And then there was a a couple people who were kind of outside of my purview. They kind of belonged to the owner of the last company I worked for. And one of them came in and we were doing an annual review. And he gave me his rates. He's like, Dave, I'd love to be here. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at his pay rate and I'm like, I want to give this guy a $7 an hour, a $7 to $10 an hour raise right now.
Yeah.
To get him in line with what the market is. Because he was so long, because he had been here for so long.
Right.
And it just, small increments and all that stuff. So, I can't just give it to him. So I said, hey, I tell you what, give me this license. I'm going to give you this many dollars an hour. Give me that license. I'm going to give you that more. So if you do that this year, I'm going to give you I'm going to give you that raise. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You do these two things, I'm giving you. And I was just literally looking for a way to get this guy more money because his value, the guy hates my guts, most likely. Most likely hates my guts.
I think I know who you're talking about.
The guy most likely hates my guts. And, but he doesn't know that I took one look. I wasn't privy to what he was making at that time. But then when he came in and he had his interview with me, and he finally gets over to my level, and all the time he thought that, hey, dealing with this guy over here, the owner, the company was going to be his best route. And he gets to me and I'm like, holy shit, this guy is $10 an hour at minimum underpaid. And I'm struggling to find a way to get this guy more money, because I know that if somebody else finds out,
they'll hire him up.
If some headhunter comes through
in a minute,
he's gone. Mm-hmm. He's gone, and he was almost a 25, almost 30 years with the company, and I'm I'm floored at these rates. I'm like, no, we got to find a way. So before I left, he got one of the licenses before I left the company, and I was able to get him what I had promised him before. And, he hated my guts before. I'm not so sure he hates my guts right now. I'm not sure he would talk kindly about me, but
he just has nothing nice to say. He doesn't hate you. He just has nothing nice to say.
But he doesn't know, he doesn't look at it from my perspective. He doesn't know what I was thinking. And here you go. If you get promoted up and you're a manager, here's one of the things. It's called, and we'll end on this because we're in 2 hours and 30 minutes. We've been going a while. In. So this is it right here. It's called it's a plumber's creed. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Shit rolls downhill. Always wash your hands before lunch. Never chew your fingernails. Payday is Friday, and the boss is a son of a bitch.
That's a good one. I always thought the plumber's creed was double jump on a turtle. Watch before you jump into the warp zone.
Yes.
Because there will be a man-eating flower in there.
Yes. We call it... No, I'm not going to go there. I'll tell you after the show. But no, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Shit rolls downhills. Always wash your hands before lunch. Never chew your fingernails. Payday's Friday. Boss is a son of a bitch. So if you are thinking about taking a position of authority, a position of power in any company, in any organization, you need to be prepared to understand that you are going to be thought of in that manner. You are a son of a bitch. You are
always going to be the enemy.
Yes, you are the enemy, and you have. I don't want to say embrace your hate and become one with the dark side, but no, you need to understand that there are people who are just, you are not there to be liked. You are not there to be a friend, but you are there to manage. It's okay that they don't like you. Trust me. I'm sitting here. I know this guy doesn't like me, but I know I'm looking out for him.
But they
don't need to know that.
But judging by all the postings we just went through, you're also not there to be a self-absorbed dick. You're there to help your employees. You're there to facilitate them to be able to do their jobs better.
Yes, the original statement of "don't be a dick" it's still absolutely as true today as it was at the beginning before I had 5 bourbons. It absolutely is as true. So you don't be a dick, but you understand that you're. And this is the thing. And I had a person come to me and goes, "Well, you don't have to be a son of a bitch to be a boss." I'm like, look here, bro. If you're not a son of a bitch, you're not a boss. And if you think you are, you're not. Because there are days when people they don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And you have to be the guy standing in the background making it happen.
Right. Yeah.
And guess what? That day, you're son of a bitch.
You're right. And most days, you're there to facilitate and help your employees do what they need to do. But you're also there to help your employees do what they need to do. And if they can't do it, you need to be, you're right, that son of a bitch.
Yeah. And I had people come to me and say, "Hey, Dave, I've got my kids' junior high choir thing at 3:00. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Go knock it out.
Mm-hmm.
Go knock it out. What do I put down for it? Put down office time with Dave.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna pay me for that? I'm gonna pay you for that. You're gonna be tortured enough. There's no use not getting paid for it. Go do it. So, there's ways to do it. And, when in the overall scheme of things, the dollars I invest in those type of hours, the return on investment is just it justifies it every single time I look at the numbers. There's a saying I have, and I'll end my portion of this tonight with this, is that doing what's right, what I do in my world, it matters.
Mm-hmm.
We protect people, we keep people safe. You don't even know we're there. You have no idea the thought that goes behind the size of the door, the number of doors, how the lighting is laid out, how much lighting there is. All of these things, all of this stuff is thought out. You as a general person walking through the building have no clue how much thought actually goes into that building to make sure you are safe when you're there.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do matters. Doing what's right is always right. Period. It doesn't change. So, and you can take that doing what's right's always right, and you can apply that to, hey, look at there's Amanda. So much better when you do it live in the Hoffer House. We're looking at that the day before Thanksgiving. We may actually be there. We're going to be looking at that here soon. But yes, it is, doing what's right is always right is something you should be able to apply to it. It doesn't matter whether it is something that is, to a single customer or to a single employee.
Mm-hmm.
That return on investment is always going to be there. It's never going to change. And that's where I'm going to end it for me tonight. It's 9:40. We've been 2 hours and 40 minutes.
We've been going a while.
Grimwood Hollow, hopefully you stayed on. We're gonna probably take a bathroom break after this, and then when we come back, we'll get on here. Anybody who wants the link to the after show, let us know. We'll send one out. We'll start a new Skype call and get you guys in here.
All right. Well, look, it's been a great show. I think the point of tonight's show is don't be a dick. I think that's what it comes down to.
That's literally it. Hashtag the Underdog Journey. Hashtag don't be a dick.
Exactly. And Steve from Grimwood Hollow says that theory should be applied to everything in life. Well said. I totally agree, Steve. So look, we're going to sign off. In the meantime, I've been West. This guy's been David. This guy's been Steve from Grimwood Hollow. And Matt Harmon's not here because he drank all my bourbon, and there's nothing else here for him.
He's still hungover.
He is.
All right, Amanda, we'll see you guys here soon over at the Hofbrau House. I did talk about that. I have doctor's appointments over there.
We'll make it happen.
That's what we got. That's all we got to do. So the day before Thanksgiving, that Wednesday night, I believe that we will be in the area and doing the broadcast live from the stage as long as everything works out for us. And up until then, I think we're good to go. I'll be doing a shot down in Orlando here in a couple of weeks. But I think we're good to go.
Absolutely.
I think we're good.
So we will see you guys next time. Later. Oh, Amanda says, hashtag don't be a dick. I like it.
Hashtag don't.
curves and no rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine. When funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way. A bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the food 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the food 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the food 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the food 'cause the funkin' was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.